This isn't a stop off on the way to somewhere. This is the end of the road. You have to want to come here. I guess you have to realize you're part of something bigger. It's a real thing that's going on. It's just big nature.
Yeah, I mean, I think the kind of people who are drawn to Tofino are people who enjoy being outside. Because that's what you do here. You get up and you go on an adventure. I definitely am grateful that we get to live here. That kind of passion just transfers to your kids.
For me, it's the relationship with the ocean, and to know it is to just get out there and experience what it is. It's an energy. If there's any peaceful moment I might need, I usually go to the water to find it. Things become a little bit more clear. You feel a bit more connected to the world around you. That's really what brings people out here.
You know, everything that's beautiful takes a lot of work. Whatever, anything you love, you have to work for it. A lot has to do with me being a surfer. You know, I've been surfing for at least 35 years now. Being in Tofino, for me, there is a balance that I found in here with myself. When I work in glass, you know, I see the sun, just thinking of creation, and I see my hands and my mind working together. It makes me happy, you know, and that's something really special. The kids just love seeing glass being worked on, you know? And they go, whoa, they open their eyes and see, you know, and they're mesmerized, and their faces lit up, and they see something that's like, there's a sea star, you know, or an octopus. That's one of the most beautiful experiences that I got. I'm thankful that I can be here and welcome the guests to come to Tofino and share my love with them, you know.
So love, like backside turns, this is the kind of rotation we're looking for. You can see the head and shoulders facing fully opposite direction to the nose. And on a turn like this, now you can see how far you've got to go between you and the whitewash.
This isn't a stop off on the way to somewhere. You have to want to come here. It's just big nature.
Share and discover your stories of Tofino at yourtofino.com.
Okay, and we are live here down at Cox Bay for the 6th annual Queen of the Peak Women's Surf Contest. We got 30 seconds left in Heat 2 of the women's round 1 longboard division. In the water right now we have wearing red Sherry Houghton, wearing white Dawn Battenchuk, wearing green Laura Palmer, and wearing blue Kat Leslie. We got 10 seconds remaining in Heat 2. We'll be counting them down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that horn there marks the end of Heat 2, the round 1 of the women's longboard division. Moving on to Heat 3, we have wearing red Emily Thick, in white Lou Rogers, in green Carly Sable, and in blue we have Carly Bracey. So this is the last day of the Queen of the Peak. Yesterday we did crown a champion in the shortboard division. That was Hannah Scott with, she looked pretty good yesterday, surfing all day in some contestable conditions. And today for the longboarders, the swell has died off a little bit, but it's perfect conditions for all you girls out there to capitalize on some scoring rides we saw earlier in the earlier heats here. We're going to count them down here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that horn there marks the start of Heat 3 of the women's longboard, round 1. In the water there we have paddling for a wave Emily Thick wearing red. In white we have Lou Rogers, in green we have Carly Sable, and in blue we have Carly Bracey. And that's Carly Sable up and riding here on her forehand. Looking pretty good there, trying to walk up to that nose there, just gets a little bit caught behind that section there. But yeah, this is perfect longboard conditions today. We're blessed with no fog this morning, which is always a good thing when the sun is shining. And the swell's supposed to be pretty much this size all day. We have white out the back there on her backhand. That's Lou Rogers. Nice, clean looking waves here all day for us on hand here. We have blue out the back there as well on her backhand. Getting around that little foam ball section, trying to work her way to the inside, see if she can get something on this end section of the wave here. Little shuffle to the front there and able to milk that right to the beach there. But yeah, the conditions today had a bit of a decreasing swell from yesterday. I believe the report is reading about 2 feet at about 9 seconds coming from the west, and the wind is pretty much non-existent, and it's supposed to be non-existent all day, which will be really nice to see how the conditions play out throughout the day and into the final rounds. But this is round 1 of the women's longboard division, and we will crown a longboard champion today. Later on, we'll go into the Princess of the Peak. But if you guys are just tuning in online, we are live here. This is the 6th annual Queen of the Peak Women's Surf Championship. We have Green up and right in on her backhand. That's Carly Sable. Looking pretty busy here. Just want to give a quick shout out to all of our sponsors that made this whole weekend happen. And it's not over yet. We still have a full day of competition, but I'd like to thank all these guys here. Start off with Billabong, Surf Sisters, Wicked and Shin, Tourism Tofino, Wildside Grill, Shelter Restaurant, Pacific Sands, Aftana Surfboards, Ocean Village, Tofino Brewery, Nixon, Von Zipper, Pharmasave. And I'd like to thank the boys at Industrial Scaffolding Services for putting up this castle here at Cox Bay, making the judges work fairly easy when you have an aerial view of all the action up there. So thank you to those guys. Also Sports Canada TV and surfcam.ca for streaming this live. So if you have friends and family around the world that want to check in and to the action here at Cox Bay and watch their friends and family surf, you can go to queenofthepeak.com, tourismtofino.com, and surfcam.ca there. And we have White up and riding. That's Lou Rogers.
Can I get the names and the...
Yeah, so the way these heats are judged here, the 20-minute heats throughout the day for these longboard division, or for this longboard division, sorry, and for you girls out in the water or on the beach getting ready for your heat. So how these judges want to score these rides out there is they want to see you guys utilize the length of your whole board. So try to stay busy on your board, shuffle stepping up to the nose. We have Carly Sable on her forehand here. Nice little cross step there, working away, getting to that nose of their board there, cutting back to the foam ball. Yeah, so if you can utilize the whole board there, so staying busy as much as you can. Try it. You know, I mean, if you can straight ride it to the beach, that's good. But if you can utilize your board, so running up and down and linking some turns in there too, and maybe even pulling off a little Hollywood move. I know that the cockroach is always a famous one, or the tombstone. So just pulling out anything that you can to get some scores on the board, it would judges would appreciate that. But yeah, we are heat 3 right now, the women's longboard. But under 15 minutes probably remaining now in this heat.
They smell like biz.
So we have a little bit of a split peak here. There's red going on that nice looking left, and and blue going on that right there. In red, that's Emily Thick there, and in blue, that's Carly Bracey. Staying pretty busy right now in the early stages of this heat. Yes, if you guys are just tuning in online or coming down to the beach here, this is the 6th annual Queen of the Peak Women's Surf Championship. Just getting the word, we have 14 minutes remaining left in Heat 3 of this women's longboard division. This is round 1, heat 3 of the women's longboard. Tons of action going on this whole weekend here in Tofino. This contest is always fun when Billabong and everybody comes to town and puts on this event. It's always a good time. We saw on Thursday there was a nice kickoff party at Shelter Restaurant, and here we have White up and riding on our backhand. That's, I believe, Lou Rogers. Not being able to link up too much on that wave, but still plenty of time there, just under 14 minutes remaining. So there's still plenty of time there, girls, to throw some scores on the board and help your cause to move ahead to the later rounds there. We will be moving on to the quarterfinals, I believe, of the longboard after round 1. That's Blue on her backhand there. That's Carly Bracey. Getting a nice looking left there in her backhand. It was a nice looking ride, nice and long too, right to the beach. So if you can utilize all those swell lines that are rolling through to the beach here.
You get that pen?
Yeah, so this whole weekend has been pretty much a success all around, on starting with Thursday with that kickoff party at Shelter Restaurant. I know all the boys in the kitchen there and the girls were working hard, giving everybody dinner, all the contestants, and kicking off this whole weekend of fun. And then we moved on to, I believe last night there was a premiere of the Balance movie at Shelter Restaurant as well. So yeah, big shout out to Shelter Restaurant for being the spot for fun this whole weekend, and catering to all the contestants and volunteers and support staff that are helping this contest happen. Then we have Green on her backhand. That's Carly Sable. She's been looking busy all heat there. Just got a little bit caught up there. Looks like she might have put a bit too much wax on her board there. Just slipped off her board or got her foot stuck. But yeah, that's the thing. You just got to stay busy there, and especially in these early rounds. It's never very fun to get knocked out nice and early. So if just keep staying busy there, girls, and throw some scores on the board. And you never know. You may get lucky and one magic wave comes through, and that could be the deciding factor. So yeah, you always want to keep these judges on their toes. And so if you can stay busy on your board, move up and down, shuffle step, cross step, maybe even throw a Hollywood move in there, definitely help your score line. So about under 10 minutes remaining probably left in this heat. Yesterday, if you guys, we have Blue up and right on our back end. That is Carly Bracey. Yeah, we couldn't have asked for a better day here for these longboarders. These swell lines are fairly consistent, and these shoulders are definitely working well for them. That definitely perfect conditions for a longboard day. We will be going on to the Princess of the Peak as well later today too. That's Emily Thick up in her forehand here, wearing red. Nice little shuffle step up to the, cross stepping up to the nose there. So we've got 10 minutes remaining left in Heat 3 of the women's longboard. This is round 1. We'll be carrying on to the quarterfinals. There's Blue, this is Carly Bracey up and riding there on a short little one. I'm not sure if that's going to factor into her scoreline, but so here we have White up and riding. It's Lou Rogers. Here we have Green looking at this one. This is Carly Sable. She's been definitely staying pretty busy out there, catching a nice wave on her backhand. Yeah, the beauty of this contest is that it happens in October, and we're always blessed with some swell. This is the kind of the kickoff for the winter season of swell. So September, October, that's when those winter storms start to roll through, and we get some fairly consistent swell. And this whole contest we've been blessed. So Friday and Saturday we had some pretty big swell all day long for those shortboarders. And you can see the conditions today a little bit smaller than yesterday, actually quite a bit smaller. So we decided to run through all of the women's shortboard yesterday and carry on with the women's longboard all day today. But this is pretty favorable conditions for them, and we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the day. If this swell is supposed to hold, I believe it might be dropping a little bit, but the wind isn't supposed to pick up. The sun is shining here in Tofino, and yeah, it should be a fun day of contest surfing, and I can't wait to see what this heat has as it gets down to the later parts of this heat here.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Mikey. How are you doing?
Really good. I'm still blown away by the day yesterday, and yeah, today it's an absolute stunner again. I just can't get over this October weather and the conditions, and just everything's come together.
It's always nice when everything kind of lines up, and we're blessed with such a well-run contest.
Yeah. No, I honestly, that to me yesterday was probably the best day in Queen of the Peak history. So thanks to everyone for making that possible, and the weather, and yeah, stoked to have another fantastic day today. That's the first time we've crowned a champion on the second day of the contest, and not the final day. So a bit different, but this day is going to be good. We're going to see some different things today. Obviously, anybody who's not familiar with longboard, yesterday shortboard's all about kind of progression and big moves. Longboard can be just as exciting, to see a nice nose ride. There's just an element of style, and it's like it's a bit of a ballet out there, and yeah, I'm pretty stoked to see how the day unfolds. Hi to everyone watching at home. Go Jays. You can see I'm rocking the Jays cap today.
Yeah, those guys are on fire.
Yeah, one game left in the season, and we're off to the playoffs. So, and then the other story today, even though the surf is a hint smaller, it's still like really, really good. The Princess of the Peak, those girls, I mean, we saw it with the Olin sisters yesterday, and there's a bunch of really good young girls going to be competing today, and these conditions are going to play right into that. So I think the judges will have the work cut out for them, and pretty excited to see just how much all the young girls have grown in their surfing. So I think today is going to be fantastic, and again, stay tuned to your TV and watch some sick longboarding. We've got some unreal longboarders in this field, past champions, Hannah Scott, Matea's worked on her game, Kate Prothero, Emily Ballard. We've got a woman up from California, Melee Saleh, that is a very accomplished longboarder. So an international field again today, and I'm excited to see, because I really enjoy watching longboarding, and there's no better feeling than just getting the trim just perfect and gliding down the line. So anybody that if you're new to surfing and you don't know much about the sport, big boards can be surfed real well as well, and some of the best longboarders in the world are just as entertaining to watch as shortboarders. So it's a different form of surfing, a different style. It's a bit of an artwork, and I'm really excited to see how today unfolds.
Yeah, that's the thing about longboarding, is that you can go out there, even though you watch all this progressive surfing on a shortboard, you can catch about 100 times more waves when you take a longboard out. We have Surfer in Red up and riding there. Just got a little bit stuck there, but yeah, if you consider yourself a true waterman, hop on every size board possible, because I know whenever I jump on a longboard, I have probably one of the best times
Oh yeah.
out in the water.
As you can see, we got Surfer in Blue up and riding on the south end of the tower here. Nice little cross step. Just loses balance on that one. Yeah, fantastic day here in Tofino. Again, okay, up and riding. We got Red on the left here.
Ooh, that's Emily Thick.
Just trying to get her in front of this section here. Not a ton on offer so far on this wave. Here she gets around it. Maybe she'll get a little bonus. No, it's going to shut down on her, but still nice long ride by Surfer in Red, Emily Thick.
Yeah, definitely staying busy out there. These conditions are pretty much perfect for longboarding today. Yesterday we did run the qualifiers, and the swell was a little bit bigger and definitely a little bit more contestable, but these longboard conditions today are perfect. Nice reeling shoulders, and that center peak of this whole bay has been working magic for us all weekend long.
Now, Surfer in White up and riding. Nice little backhand push of the tail there. Quick little cross step. Jumps out of that one. Damage was done out back. The waves, I thought it was going to be, when we first got down here, I thought it was going to be a lot smaller, but it's still great. We could have probably gotten away with shortboard. I'm glad we finished it yesterday.
It was a good call by the head judge there, Shannon Brown, by running through those shortboards yesterday, because the swell was working all day long yesterday, which was a surprise to me. I thought the swell would have died down later on in the day, but with that tide push, it just worked wonders for everybody.
Yeah, so 2 minutes remaining in this round 1 Heat 3 women's longboard heat. Ideally you want to build the drama into the final day and have all the finals going on the same day. We decided to be a bit different and run the contest in the best conditions. So we got Surfer in Green up and riding on a real nice right-hander. Just gets caught behind that section as the sets continue to pour into Cox Bay. Surfer in Red up and riding on her backhand out the back.
Yeah, I believe that's Emily Thick there. Definitely Emily and Carly staying pretty busy out there. Definitely throwing lots of scores on the board for the judges here. So,
with just over a minute remaining, totally unofficial at this point in time, but looks like this is a very, very tight heat. Scores still falling for last to Red.
We got about 1 minute remaining left in this heat of the women's longboard. This is heat 3 of round 1. Out in the water that we have wearing red, Emily Thick; in white, Lou Rogers; in green, Carly Sable; and in blue, Carly Bracey. So, we'll see this next wave that any of those riders get could be the deciding factor who's moving on ahead.
30 seconds remaining. Ladies, it's too close to call. Find a wave. 20 seconds.
So we have blue on your screen here up and riding. That's Carly Bracey here. This is going to potentially factor into her scoreline.
Counting down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We also had Emily Thick out the back there, getting a nice little wave before the buzzer there. And she's getting right to the... Just got a little bit cheeky on that one, but got to the nose for a bit there. And would have been a good score if she was able to ride out of that. But stayed pretty busy on that one. We'll see what that wave gets scored by the judges there. So stand by for results of Heat 3. So on the screen here, we'll probably take a quick commercial break, and we'll get back to the action here in just a little bit here. But just a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be back in a sec.
I got a demon in me child.
My jewelry is for the everyday girl, the girl that likes to be outside and have have adventure in her life. The girl that's connected to nature, which you can see in my work. It's reflected in so many aspects.
So we're back here live there
Stefan Aftanas.
here at Cox Bay. It's turned out to be a pretty awesome day. All weekend long has been pretty much some of the best conditions and best weather we've had for this contest. Yesterday we did crown the Queen of the Peak. We did crown a queen. That was Hannah Scott in the women's shortboard, and we'll be running women's longboard all day today, as well as Princess of the Peak. So stand by for Heat 4. We are standing by. Just waiting for a couple of scores to drop there. And yeah, so in the water for Heat 4, we have red, we have Mel Sal. In white, we have Landon Lush. In yellow, we have Allison. And in blue, we have Mia Daniels. So we're going to be counting them down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that horn there marks the start of Heat 4 of the women's longboard. This is round 1, and the winners, the top 2 surfers of this heat here, advances to the quarterfinals.
So sorry, I was just on the phone there with local shaper Stefan Aftanas, and longboard winner was going to take home an Aftanas bob and $300, but Stefan just called and upped the ante. It's going to be $300 cash to the winner of the longboard, as well as a $1,000 Aftanas gift certificate.
Wow.
So that'll get you a new longboard if you win the longboard contest. Big thank you to Stefan Aftanas. I'm sorry for being on the phone there on the webcast, but all for the best. And yeah, there's a lot of Aftanas surfboards down here, and he's been a big supporter of us since day one. And thank you very much, Stefan. Isaac's probably like, oh no, I got another board to glass coming up here, but yeah. Stefan's busy because he's making good boards, so big thanks to Stefan.
Yeah, whenever I come down here, it's always Aftanas board heavy in the water between Cox Bay, North and South Chestermans, and even down in Ucluelet there, out of town there. There's tons of people riding those Aftanas boards. So here we have Blue up and riding here. That is Mia Daniels on her forehand. Looking pretty busy on this one. Nice little speed stance there, but yeah, definitely utilizing that wave as much as she could. So yeah, Stefan Aftanas and the boys there at Aftanas Surfboards are been making some pretty quality boards throughout the years they've been here. So if you guys get a chance, head down to Stefan's shop there. You'll see the Board Medic sign on the highway, and talk to the boys there, and you might even get your own custom shaped board from them. I know I had one a few years ago, and definitely use that as a benchmark of the boards that I'm riding now. So definitely worth it to go down there and talk to your local shaper. He can pick you apart and make you that magic stick, what everyone is looking for. So we'll go down the line of our sponsors here. I want to thank Billabong, Surf Sister, Wickeninish Inn, Tourism Tofino, Wildside Grill, Shelter Restaurant, Pacific Sands Resort, Aftanas Surfboards, Ocean Village Resort, Tofino Brewery, Nixon, Von Zipper, Pharmasave, and of course the guys at Industrial Scaffolding that built this castle down at the beach here for all of us up here in the booth. We have Red up and riding there. That
thanks, bro.
Is Mel Sal.
I believe it's Melly Sally.
Melly Sally.
She's from California.
That was the French in me coming out. You don't pronounce that E at the end, but.
So I've got results in from Heat 3. So Beach Marshals. Pay attention here. This heat was crazy close. So in 4th place, wearing blue with a 4.67 and a 4.50. Oh, internet. Hold on. Let me just make sure this is up to date. Yeah, in 4th place with a 4.67 and a 4.50, wearing blue, Carly Bracey. In 3rd place with a 4.73 and a 4.53, wearing red, Emily Thick. So that heat totals a 9.27. In second place, advancing in white with a 4.97 and a 4.50 for a heat total of 9.47, Lou Rogers. And winning that heat in green with a 5.50 and a 4 for a heat total of a 9.50, Carly Siebel.
Nice. Yeah, definitely that last heat there, Carly was staying fairly busy and was able to get some good scores and advance to the quarterfinals. So good job, Carly.
Down to tenths of a point.
So we have Landon Lush here up and riding. She's got a nice looking wave in front of her there and at the start there, and it just kind of closed out here on the inside. But tons of waves out there to be had. The conditions did drop off a little bit today from yesterday. That we did finish the shortboard yesterday, and we did crown a champion. That was Hannah Scott, and we definitely have favorable conditions for longboarding today. We have perfect offshore winds, pretty much non-existent winds right now, and it's supposed to be calm pretty much all day. So the weather gods and the surf gods have been on our side all weekend long, and they tend to be for this contest usually because we actually have waves for a contest, which is always nice to see. So we have Green up and riding here with a big open face in front of her. That's Allison Alton.
Like the waves that the top two in each one, they're all within the right range. Like there isn't a wave that's messing up the score. You've got a 3.8 to a 5. You've got a 4.5 to a 3.6 or 5.5 to 3.6. You want a copy? It's split there. None of them had like the only score that was a little bit higher.
So if you guys are just tuning into the live webcast or just kind of coming down to the beach here, you can watch this online at toursofdefino.com, queenofthepeak.com, and surfcam.ca. We are streaming to the world. I know I checked the stats for Surfcam last night, and we had people from Guatemala, from all over Europe. We actually had some people from Indo, from Northern Africa as well, South America, Mexico, the States, Hawaii. So people all over the world were watching yesterday, so you can bet they're tuning in live today. So we will be covering this contest all day today. We're going to run the women's longboard, and we will crown a champion in the women's longboard division. Then we're going to also run the Princess of the Peak later today. It's always fun to see the amount of Groms in that Princess of the Peak jump out there, and the quality of surfing at that age is it's getting better and better every year, and it's nice to see for everybody here at the beach the caliber of girl surfing in Tofino. It's pretty awesome to see the amount of girls in the water, and definitely of all age groups. We have surfer in blue. That's Mia Daniels doing a little bit of grab rail there. Just couldn't quite ride out of that one there. Got stuck in that foam ball, but still a bit of time left on the clock. And that sun is just starting to creep up over the trees here. I can definitely feel it on my back, and it's starting to heat up pretty good. Yesterday felt like a tropical paradise up here in the judges booth. I think it got up to about 20 degrees out of the wind. If you were in the out of the wind there, yeah, it was pretty warm. So definitely brought my sunscreen today because it's going to be a scorcher.
That's Allison Whiteman.
So that's
out there. Some of the apparently you guys were saying
just
Allison, but
recognizes
there's no
to
last
show
name.
you which one is the
Yeah,
local high,
that's
so
what
it
I
shows that they're the same.
Alton. Yeah, Whiteman.
So just to update you guys there, in green it's Allison Whiteman. So in the water right now we have, we're in red, we have Melly Sally. In white we have Landon Lush. In green we have Allison Whiteman. And in blue we have Mia Daniels. This is heat 4 of round 1 of the women's longboard. Top 2 surfers advance to the quarterfinals. And these early rounds here, we are running 20-minute heats. and the top 2 surfers advance. And so what you're looking for when you're out in a longboard there, and also what the judges are looking for, they want to see you utilize that board as much as you can. So stay busy. It's like a plank. Walk the plank up and down as much as you can, and as well utilize that wave to its full potential. So stay busy, go nice top to bottom turns, and if you can lick a couple of cutbacks and milk that right to the inside, and if you can finish it, then you'll definitely have a good score on the board there. Here I have Mia Daniels having a nice looking left here. Laying right down on her board and able to get back to her feet there.
So just because of how close Heat 3 was, we just went to make sure that live scoring had tabulated everything correctly, and there was a small error. So I apologize, but stand by for the actual results of Heat 3 here. Confirmed at this point in time, in 4th place with a combined 2-wave total of 927 is surfer in red, Emily Thick. In 3rd place, surfer in white with a combined 2-wave total of 947. In 2nd place, surfer in green, Carly Seibel with a combined 2-wave total of 9.5, and surfer in blue with a 4.9 and a 4.67. Carly Bracey, you have advanced with a 2-wave total of 9.57. So our apologies, ladies, but we had to go back through and make sure everything was exactly right.
Yeah, so we just got word from the judges over there. We have 10 minutes remaining left in this heat here. This is Heat 4, round 1 of the women's longboard. Looking pretty awesome all day here. We'll have perfect longboard waves for these girls, and we couldn't have asked for better weather. I mean, blue sky and sunny. It is always a treat when the sun does come out here, and we have surfer in white. That's Landon Lush on her backhand, looking at a nice looking left here. We have green at the back as well. That's Allison Whiteman. You have Mia Daniels on the inside here on her backhand. Nice little set there, and nice little exchange between all those surfers. So we'll see how those scores factor into their score line.
Something that can happen twice. I don't know, I'll take a good look. I looked at it all yesterday though. I mean, the only time it's really going to matter is when the shoot close, right? Huh?
So this is the 6th annual Queen of the Peak Women's Surfing Championship. Obviously ground zero, this is Cox Bay. It's where all the action has gone down all weekend long. Friday we saw a little bit of a short day. We did get blown out from that big northwesterly that rolled through. The 50K gale forces were pretty intense to manage. We have surfer in white up and riding out the back there. Just got a little bit stuck and couldn't link that inside section. But yeah, then all day Saturday was finals day for the women's shortboard, and we did crown a women's shortboard champion. That was Hannah Scott. So congrats, Hannah. I saw her last night at the Shelter Restaurant for that Balance movie premiere, and she looked like she was having a good time. Lots of smiles, lots of high fives. So yeah, good job, Hannah, on that big win yesterday. That final was pretty awesome to see, and the caliber of surfing that was going down yesterday, it was pretty awesome to see. So we do have a bit of a smaller day today, but we were running all the women's longboard today, which we couldn't have asked for better conditions for this longboard division and longboard day. So we'll see how the day unfolds, but it's looking to be a good one. So that's surfer in red there. That's Melly Selly. Looking pretty stylish on that wave of hers, or sorry, that wave that she just picked off, and that board she's looking pretty comfortable on. So that was a nice looking ride by surfer in red. That's Melly Sally.
So big thanks to Rhino Coffee House in town for supplying, being the official breakfast supplier of Queen of the Peak here. Their breakfast burritos, if anybody's hungry and heading into town, they're awesome. So big thanks to Dwayne and the crew there, Ron Weeks and Bianca. So unofficial results at this point in time, and again, we apologize for the last mix-up in the last heat with the live scoring program here. Sometimes it takes a second to update everything, so we had to be sure that all the judges' scores had dropped properly into the spreadsheet. So our bad. We won't let it happen again. Looks like in the water right now, surfer out of California, Melly Sally is out front with a fairly commanding lead. Absolutely gorgeous here. Yeah, stoked on how everyone surfed yesterday. Obviously, Hannah was crowned champion, but all 4 finalists. It's great when you have, upsets are awesome, but all the informed surfers did make the final. So, to have Matea and finishing 4th, still turning heads, despite not probably getting the result she wanted. She surfed brilliantly. 3rd place, Tamara Stevens, so great to have her back in the contest. She looked really solid yesterday. Just a pleasure to watch her surf. And Leah Oak representing Port Renfrew, she was throwing down the power hacks all morning, all afternoon, and just really couldn't find a wave in the final to try and knock Hannah off the podium. So Hannah, with that one real big backhand 12 o'clock hit and then taken to the air, she took down her 2nd Queen of the Peak Women's Shortboard Championship in a row. She has, out the back, eyes on the water. This is surfer in red, Melly Sally. Beautiful nose ride. Kind of gets bucked off that one, but she has 2 good scores under her score line at this point in time.
Yeah, definitely looking pretty comfortable out there. Melly Sally, she has been staying pretty busy all morning there. We got 3 minutes remaining left in this heat of the women's longboard. This is heat 4. And we're going to be continuing on the next heat here. We have surfer in red, Lauren Akins in white, Steph, I don't have a last name on this photo, but I believe it might be Steph Whiteman. And in green, we have Laura McDonald. So stand by. We got 3 minutes remaining in this heat. And surfers out in the water right now. In red, we have Melly Sally. In white, we have Landon Lush. In green, we have Allison Whiteman. And in blue, we have Mia Daniels. So a bit of time left to see what you can grab here. There's Landon Lush looking pretty good here on this wave. She's got a bit of an open face here on the inside, but see if she can get around that section there. But just gets a little bit caught behind there. But going a little switch stance there on the inside. That's the thing. That's what the judges want to see, is just some progression and just looking busy on your board. So walking up and down, walking the plank, shuffle stepping all the way up and down your board, and utilizing that wave as much as you can. If you can throw in a couple of maneuvers there too. We just saw earlier in this heat Mia Daniels planking or sorry, laying down and doing the cockroach on her board, and then there Landon Lush jumping off to a switch stance. So mix it up out there, have fun. That's pretty much what it's all about here at Queen of the Peak, just having fun. And just getting word, we have just over a minute remaining left in Heat 4. This is Surfer in Red, that's Melly Sally. Getting right to the nose on that one for quite a long nose ride. Looking really stylish on that one there, and she's looking to do it again. Yeah, wow, this is definitely going to factor into her scoreline. Looking really comfortable and looking really good on that one, on this ride here, Mikey.
Yeah, super sick style from Melly. Little soul arch, just the no claim soul arch at the end there.
I think she knew she got the score.
I think so, yeah. 2 beautiful nose rides there from Surfer out of California. Yeah, that's kind of what we're looking for. It's beautiful 30 seconds remaining. Beautiful demonstration of, that was more the classic style of longboarding, you know, where you're cross-stepping up and down the board, getting your toes right on the end of the board, making it look effortless, just that perfect glide right in the sweet spot of the wave. Where you see Surfer in White here surfing more off the tail, like we saw on shortboard yesterday. You're going to get scores for big turns, 10 seconds remaining. 4, 3, 2, 1. So that brings an end of heat number 4 in the first round of shortboard here.
Yeah, so stand by for results of Heat 4 there. It looked pretty good. If I was a judge, I'd say Melly Sally, definitely with that one ride there, was pretty good. That's definitely going to play into her scoreline. So we'll see how that factors into the end result of this heat. But I'm no judge, so stand by for results. The next heat in the water we have, this is Heat 5. We have, wearing red, Lauren Akins. I believe in white, that's Steph Whiteman. I don't have a last name out here on this sheet, but and then in green we have Laura McDonald. So just standing by for the start of this heat. And the conditions all day have been looking pretty good. And it's supposed to be like this all day today as well. So I can't wait to, as we get farther down the line, the quarterfinals and semifinals, see how the day cooperates. And we're going to count them down here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that horn there marks the start of Heat 5 of the women's longboard. This is round 1. So top 2 surfers advance. 20-minute heats. And they'll be moving on straight to the quarter.
Check.
And yeah, we'll see some pretty good surfing throughout the day. I mean, the conditions couldn't have been any better for this whole day here. So we're going to take a quick commercial break here on the webcast and say a few words from our sponsors, and we'll get back to you guys shortly.
This isn't a stop off on the way to somewhere. This is the end of the road. You have to want to come here. I guess you have to realize you're part of something bigger. It's a real thing that's going on. It's just big nature.
Yeah, I mean, I think the kind of people who are drawn to Tofino are people who enjoy being outside, because that's what you do here. You get up and you go on an adventure. I definitely am grateful that we get to live here. That kind of passion just transfers to your kids.
For me, it's the relationship with the ocean, and to know it is to just get out there and experience what it is. It's an energy. If there's any peaceful moment I might need, I usually go to the water to find it. Things become a little bit more clear. You feel a bit more connected to the world around you. that's really what brings people out here.
So we're back here live here at Cox Bay. This is the 6th annual Queen of the Peak Women's Surfing Championships for you guys joining us at the beach here or online. This is Heat 5 of the women's longboard division, round 1. Out in the water right now we have wearing red Lauren Aikens, in white I believe it's Steph Whiteman, and in green we have Laura McDonald. They've been staying pretty busy out there. The conditions out here right now are pretty much perfect for these longboarders, so it'll be exciting to see how.
Yeah, so Lauren Aikens, or Lauren Curry, she is a previous champion here in longboard. Steph Whiteman surfed really well yesterday, just didn't, I think she semi-finaled yesterday. She's always there when it comes to finals day. Looks like we have Surfer in red up and riding. Little backdoor takeoff. Let's see if she can get around that section. Not going to work out. Ooh. Green out the back. Nice tapered left, but just kind of messes up that first turn. So we'll go to results, official results of the first round of longboard heat number 4 from the last heat here, wearing fluorescent green in 4th place, Allison Whiteman with a 2-wave combined score of a 7.00. In 3rd place, we have surfer in blue, Mia Daniels with an 8.37. Advancing in white, Landon Lush with a 2-wave combined total of a 10.87. And winning that heat quite convincingly, surfer in red out of California, Mele Saleh. Mele, if I'm saying your name wrong, please let us know. Congratulations, ladies. You will be moving on to longboard quarterfinals.
Yeah, well, that last heat there was, these conditions right now are pretty much perfect for longboarding, and we saw right there it was good surfing by all the competitors there. We saw a little bit of mix up there. Mia Daniels laying down on her board there. It was pretty cool to see, and I believe it was Lou Rogers doing a little switch stance or jump on the inside. So
yeah, so two waves into the excellent range there in the last heat. So Mele dropped a 9.23 and a 9.07 for her nose riding efforts there. So
yeah, that one wave by Mele, that was pretty awesome to see. She got up to the nose twice on that wave and rode it for quite a few seconds. So that's, you can see now, that's what the judges are going to be rewarding. So if you can get right up to that nose there, that'll help your scoreline.
So out the back, surfer in red, that's Lauren Aikens on her backhand. Quick little check as this one's going to stand up in front of her. Nice little cross step, cuts back to the power here. Tapered wall, but just behind that section. Again, I don't know if we finished that. So combination of old school, new school surfing. So we want classic longboarding mixed in with some power and progression. So big turns, and you know, despite these boards being 9 feet, you can put them on rail and you can throw some power down. I remember watching Leah Oak a few years back when the waves were kind of big in the corner, and she threw down these like man turns. Even though Leah's got more power than a lot of the men out here, she put a 9-foot board on rail, and it was really impressive to watch. So
we have in green there, it's Laura McDonald. A nice looking wave in front of her here. Got a little inside section she can work with, but just a little kick out there, but this is looking pretty good.
Yeah, Laura, she's owner, resident pharmacist of Epic Pharmacies, Pharmacy Tofino. Such a great community member. She does a lot for this community. So stoked to have Laura. I think she's competed since day one here. She's been surfing a lot lately. I know she was down in Hawaii with world champ Christy Murphy and some other Tahitians, Allison Bowers, and I don't know if I can call you Bowers, I guess, Allison, but red on a nice wave there. Quick little nose ride and cut back down. Just lost her balance on the inside. So yeah, those ladies have been to Mexico, I think, in Hawaii, and it looks like the time in the water is paying off for Laura McDonald.
Yeah, it definitely helps your surfing if you can travel around and put yourself out of your comfort zone. I know having waves right in front of you, living in this town is pretty spectacular and pretty awesome. But if you can do some traveling, always be testing your surfing, then definitely notice that your skill level will start to improve, because you always got to mix it up there. And once you get too comfortable, I mean, you get in the comfort zone, you start to test yourself. But
Yeah. Are you going anywhere this winter?
I've been thinking about it, but I mean, if the weather's like this, I'm gonna stay here. Why go away? But
I hear you.
I was thinking Central America potentially. I've never been down there, and I've heard great things. So
Never been.
yeah, I was thinking maybe Nicaragua or Costa Rica, but
Yeah.
maybe in the early springtime, because I hear that's when the swell shows up. But
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun year round on there. It's so nice in the wintertime, super hot. I think rainy season kind of ends in November, and it gets really warm down there, really, really hot. And you can still get good waves. I've been to Costa Rica several times, and such a great variety down there. They have everything from, some mellow points through to heavy beach breaks to, on the East Coast, there's Salsa Brava, real renowned barreling reef breaks. So Costa Rica is a great country to visit. Nicaragua, those beach houses right on Colorado's there, it doesn't really get any better. So, traveling in the wintertime it's kind of like that. It's the question everybody asks, where are you going this winter?
yeah, it's almost sometimes necessary, because everyone's pretty full on here in the summertime. We have Surfer and Blue on our backhand. Got a little bit stuck on that one, but yeah, people out here all summer long. I mean, it gets crazy out here for work-wise, and just the size of the town and the amount of people that want to be here. It can get pretty tiring, and people get pretty burnt out. So, yeah, taking that little winter vacation definitely helps kind of restart the battery. And I mean, the weather sometimes does get you down a little bit, but past couple of years, the weather out here has been pretty spectacular. So
I like it.
Yeah.
I think that I embrace the winter.
I remember a couple of years ago, actually, when we first had this kind of warmer weather and nicer weather. I went down to California to go watch the Coldwater Classic when it was on the ASP, back when it was the ASP tour. And it was actually nicer and warmer up here than it was down in Santa Cruz.
I had the same thing in June, actually. I went down to Southern California, and it rained the whole time I was there pretty much, and it was cloudy and gross, and it was absolutely gorgeous here, and the surf was firing here, and I was like, really mistimed that trip. So that's part of surfing, though, is you score sometimes, and other times you don't, and you appreciate the adventure and the travel. And
It's all about the journey.
It is, yeah.
We got Surfer in White.
Steph Whiteman, nice little cutback there. Doesn't quite right out of that one, but I think she probably tallied up some points on the outside.
Yeah, if she can move on to the later rounds of this longboard, we should almost come up with an Ironman award, because she surfed pretty much all day yesterday in the women's shortboard, and even on Friday, I believe, a little bit as well. So
I think there's
a big weekend.
There's some Iron women here with the Olin girls. They're doing triple duty. Both of them are, I think Sanoa's in longboard as well. Don't think she is. Oh, I take it back. Matea's doing triple duty. I think Sanoa's doing double duty. So
that's pretty much standard for Matea.
Yeah, I don't know how those kids do it. I'd be exhausted.
I think we saw her in the first heat of the women's longboard this morning, and she looks pretty much just as good on a longboard as she does on a shortboard. So it was pretty fun to watch a 12-year-old girl throw around that 9-foot or 8-foot longboard that she's riding out there with ease. So definitely a threat to be reckoned with throughout the day. So we'll see how that goes in the later parts of the day. We have Surfer in Red.
It's Lauren Akins. Well, at the back, we got a nice little set approaching. Looks like Steph Whiteman may be in position for this one. She's going to fade to her backhand here.
Yeah, a little split peak action here, Surfer in Green.
Yeah.
We'll probably follow Steph Whiteman. She's got a bit of Whiteman.
I think Lauren tried to take her out there. Lauren and Steph are good friends, live just around the corner from one another. But I'm sure it's a heated rivalry as well.
Definitely some mind games going on out there.
A couple surf sisters.
Yeah, the surf sister contingency down here at this whole weekend is pretty heavy. They're always Always a ton of those surf instructors.
Oh, Lauren, quick little turn on this one. It's got a nice tapered wall in front of her. Let's see what she can do on her backhand. Takes the low road. Doesn't quite have enough speed to get around that section. Wow. Sun just came over the trees here.
Yeah, I'm starting to heat up here. It feels nice. It was a little bit chilly this morning. It was nice having no fog, so we can get the ball rolling somewhat on time. And yeah, yesterday we did have a fog delay for a little bit, but today that is not the factor. So we'll be styling as the day progresses, and the conditions are supposed to be staying the same all day, which is going to be awesome.
Virgo, can you plug me in?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of days, but days like today when I don't know, you get busy when, obviously we live here and we love it. Red Up and Riding, quick little cross step. Stands on the tail, cuts back, up to the nose again. Can't quite see it. Well surfed wave by Surfer in Red here. Just taps the foam at the end, rides out. Real well surfed wave by Red. But there's times like yesterday as the sun was going down. This morning as the sun goes up, you look around and you can travel around the world, but coming home is always feels really good here. It's my personal opinion, the most beautiful place on earth, and you just when you get to stand back and check out the surrounding hills and mountains and glaciers. You got Leonard Lighthouse in the distance there. It's absolutely spectacular, and it's days like today where you kind of just have to stop for a minute and appreciate just where you are. So.
And we had Steph Whiteman up there on a good looking right here. A couple of two really big
drops
hacks
wallet.
there. Looking pretty styly on those turns there. That second turn of hers, she threw lots of spray and was able to put everything she had into that turn. That's definitely going to be a factor in her
Looks like
scoreline. That was
Jamie's
nice.
Whaling Station's checking out Queen of the Peak. Some lucky people out on a boat today. Look, it's absolutely gorgeous on the water. If anybody hasn't been out on the water, definitely go check. Normally in the springtime, we celebrate getting back on the water here in Tofino. We surf year-round, but the gray whales all come back in March. So Whale Festival is a beautiful time where we welcome all the gray whales back after their migration south to Mexico. So
I swear, nature they've definitely been adapted pretty well. Whales head down south to Mexico, down to the Baja.
Yeah,
the bears hibernate all winter.
We're kind of like gray whales, actually.
What are we doing? That's
They
what
say
I wouldn't mind
snowbirds. I'd rather be a gray whale.
head down to the Baja, hang out for a bit.
Yeah.
Come back up here in the summertime. I wouldn't mind being a bear. Eat all fall and then hibernate for 5 months. Don't worry about anything and then wake up again in the summertime. They definitely have it figured out.
Yeah. Lots of salmon. I looked in the fridge this morning. Look. It's Sunday.
Yeah.
We still have a voice here. We're having fun. I'm excited to
carry out the rest of the day here.
See how the day progresses and make sure that we're gonna have a show later on. I'm sure of that. These longboarders are going to get stylish. I'm sure we're going to see some claims later on. Surfer in Red Up and Riding. That's Lauren Aiken. Quick little cross step on her backhand. Brings it back around. Changes direction. That wave just kind of dies out on the inside here. So.
Yeah, I'm still that
Ooh.
standout wave. Look at Steph Whiteman in the back there. Another nice looking
Look at
right
that
here.
wave. This is on her forehand. Oh, fades the takeoff.
I'm liking this wave for her.
Ooh.
That one wave that she had a little bit earlier, those two big hacks there. Still got that fresh in my mind. We'll see if we can pull it up in some replays a little bit later. But yeah, Steph definitely comfortable on that longboard. It looks and piecing together a couple of big hacks for the judges there. I want to see that score when it drops. We got Surfer in Blue on her backhand here.
It's Laura McDonald, I believe. Is it? Just checking out the live feed for anybody who is watching us online. QueenofThePeak.com, surfcam.ca, tourismtofino.com. 2.5 minutes remaining. Checking out the stats. We have people join us from around the world: Morocco, Guatemala, Central America, Norway, the UK yesterday. Worldwide audience. So, from the sunny shores of Tofino here at Cox Bay to people's living rooms in Norway. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I was checking the stats on SurfCam for the weekend here, and we had about over 1,000 people on Friday, even though we only ran for a couple hours there. And then yesterday we had another couple thousand, I believe it was 1,500 maybe yesterday. And then we're probably looking for a bit more today, and that was just everyone landing on the Queen of the Peak page. So quite a few thousand people around the world tuning in live. Those are obviously analytics that are going to be changing throughout the weekend, but it's pretty awesome to see just the support we have for these girls, and having this webcast is on a worldwide scale is pretty awesome. So thank you to the guys at Sports Canada TV that are providing this live stream and making that happen and putting up with the conditions here. It was pretty sunny yesterday, and it's definitely really sunny today as well. So definitely gets pretty tiring up in the booth here when you
1 minute remaining.
1 minute remaining here, yeah, and facing the elements.
You had full energy. You're full energy today.
I am full of energy. I'm feeling good, looking good, and having a good time.
So again, big thank you to, we'll thank the sponsors in a sec here. We've got a few, looks like there might be a few lines approaching just as this heat winds down. 30 seconds remaining. Let's see if we can pull up the Queen of the Peak analytics here. Felt busy in town yesterday. Lots of people on the beach.
Yeah, for that finals there, we got 10 seconds remaining left in this heat.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this just in, maybe the people on the beach can sing to her, but big happy birthday wishes to Sarah Sloman. Sarah, thanks for making the weather so nice for us this weekend. Happy birthday. Hopefully you have fun on the beach and the girls have a good time in the water today.
So we're just going to take a pause in the action here. We're going to have a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll get back to the live webcast and commentary in just a second. So we're going to count these girls down here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that horn there marks the start of Heat 6 of the women's longboard. Round 1, top 2 surfers advance to the quarterfinals.
So just for anybody watching the webcast here, we've got Lauren Aiken up and riding. Quick little tap of the foam there. We'll come to you with results pretty quick here. There's Lauren up again on the webcast. Nice little cross step. Right back to the tail. Puts it back into the power there. Rides out of that one clean. Well surfed wave by Lauren, pardon me. So anybody on the beach, we're just going through instant replays on the live webcast here. Here's Steph Whiteman up and riding. Nice little fading takeoff. And Laura McDonald up and riding on a nice left, getting low with a trim. Or sorry, that's Kate Wilson. Awesome to have those replays. Big thanks to Sports Canada. So we're just going to go to commercial break here on the webcast, and then we'll be right back with you.
This isn't a stop off on the way to somewhere. You have to want to come here. It's just big nature.
Share and discover your stories of Tofino at yourtofino.com.
So we're back here live at Cox Bay, and I think we got some analytics pulling up here from the Queen of the Peak webpage. How many people tuned in there?
Looks like 1,800 yesterday. Mostly from Canada, but from the States, the UK, Australia, the Czech Republic, Guatemala, Germany. Lots of Europeans checking in. Yeah, some pretty crazy stats. So I'm curious to see the total numbers from the whole live feed. But yeah, I think between SurfCam and Queen of the Peak, that's 2,800 views, not including what Tourism Tofino would have saw yesterday. So we're going to see probably tens of thousands of people tune in worldwide to watch this thing.
Yeah, it should be pretty awesome to combine all of those stats there and see how many people are actually watching it live. So yeah, it's pretty awesome, that fact that you can tune in online. You can go to tourismtofino.com, queenofthepeak.com, or surfcam.ca. If you do have friends and family that can't make it to the beach, they can watch the action live. So big thanks to the guys at Sports Canada for providing this stream here, and been doing an awesome job on the cameras too. It's nice with the replays here and zoom in right in nice and close for us to commentate these waves.
Oh, yeah. Who's this? Surfer in green. Surfer in green looks to be, is that Sarah G? Anyway, yeah, Sports Canada, they, I can't say enough. Been down at the beach first thing in the morning, had a long day yesterday. Standing here filming all day, so they're putting the hours in, and this is a first for them and a first for us. So yeah, I can't believe the improvement in webcast, and I'm sure this is only going to get better in years to come. It's not easy to set this stuff up on the beach. We are on the west coast of Canada here, in the elements. We're on the edge of the Pacific Rim National Park here.
You don't realize how sandy things can get when you're down here.
No,
even if you're raised up on the.
Yeah, you try not to get it on. Try not to get sand on you, and there's no way it's you're coming home covered in sand. So we appreciate everyone's efforts, and it's not easy to pull this stuff off on the beach. So for anybody who is watching around the world, yeah, we're on the edge of the Pacific Rim National Park, on the raw west coast of Vancouver Island, right on the the south end of Tofino here. When you look out to the water out towards Leonard Lighthouse and then north into town, you can see both South Chesterman's just around the point here at Cox Bay, and then all the way down to North Chesterman and around the corner into Mackenzie Beach there. And yeah, absolutely gorgeous day here in Tofino. It's hot.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to delayer up here. Yesterday we saw a scorcher, and today it's going to be another one. But it's nice to have no fog in the morning. That was a nice treat, waking up to that beautiful sunrise.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
I always love the sunrises and sunsets out here. The colors that the sky can light up. It's pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
That sunset last night was insane.
Yeah.
Some of the best sunset views ever. Right here in Cox Bay.
Yeah, we got Surfer in green. Apologize, I'm not little knee paddle there. Didn't quite get into that one. Yeah, you look at like Roy Henry Vickers paintings, and you see where they get the inspiration from when you know, you come down to the beach and you see the colors that are produced. It's everything from bright burning red, orange, all the way through to like purples and blues and blacks. It was really impressive last night and this morning as well. Out the back, we got Surfer in Red. Nice looking little left. That's Tia Travis. Couple little sort of speed checks there. And then out the back, we got Surfer in Green having a look on the left.
Yeah, Surfer in Green staying nice and busy out there. That's Sarah Grahovac.
Yeah, Sarah G.
And that Sarah G, what a legend. Always a smile on her face every time you see her, and such a stylish longboarder too. So
stand by for results from the last heat in the water. All right. So results from round of 32 here, round 1 of women's longboard. For heat number 5 are in. Just a quick little refresh here on the page, 1 sec.
So Surfer in Red there, that's Tia Travis looking at a nice looking wave here.
So in the previous heat, wearing green in 4th place, Laura McDonald. Nice work out there, Laura. In 3rd place, wearing blue with a combined wave total of 610. And then advancing, Surfer in Red, former women's longboard champion, Lauren Akins, with a 2-wave total of an 11.20. And winning that heat, Surfer in White, with a 13.50, Steph Whiteman. Lauren and Steph, you guys will be advancing to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, it was nice surfing from those girls in the last heat there. And while you're reading out those results there, Mikey, that was Rebecca Allroyd with a nice hit off the top there and was able to stick it there. And
I heard the cheers, yeah.
Yeah, the cheers from the judges there, so they definitely like that one. There's Tia Travis up there on her forehand. Yeah, so there's definitely some beautiful waves out there for longboarding right now. And it should be like this all day long. Right now the tide is dropping a little bit, but the tide swings aren't too bad today. So we should see some consistent conditions all day today.
So that's Surfer in Green, Sarah G up and riding, just trimming down the line. No better feeling than just getting a real screamer on a longboard. She goes for the coffin ride, doesn't quite ride out of that one.
And there's that the filmer there on the beach. That's Adam Chilton.
Hey,
You're live on the webcast right now. Looking good, buddy.
We were talking to Chilton yesterday, and after getting out of the water, he said it was super challenging to swim around out there. He said there was a lot of current pushing in towards the beach. So Chilton's an accomplished waterman, and yeah, he said it was difficult out there. So just shows you, how good the ladies were surfing.
Yeah, and shows the dedication that it takes to get just to get that shot. I mean, swimming out there for hours at a time and always being submersed in the water, it takes a toll to your body, and being able to battle that current where if you're on a surfboard, you have that big giant piece of foam you can float on. But
yeah, we got Kyler Voss heading out as well. If you're looking for something to do today in Tofino, head into town, go have lunch at Shelter, and then you can walk down the road there after your lunch and go hang out. Kyler will be on the beach today. I'm not sure if anybody's manning his store, but you can always check out his website too. I think it's kylervoss.com.
yeah, I had one of those infamous surf bowls last night at Shelter. The chicken surf bowl, it was pretty tasty, pretty good.
Yeah,
definitely filling too. So if you guys are looking for something to eat for lunch, that surf bowl got a lot of good things in there, and it's definitely filling. So it's one of my favorites.
Top selling menu item. If you combine them all, the salmon, the chicken.
I think it's the word surf. I think that's what the selling factor.
Have you had the tuna stack?
I have had the tuna stack, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything on that menu. I've never been disappointed.
What's that, Noah?
He always breaks his chips.
Yeah, the tuna stack is the calamari's always been a top seller at Shelter, and yeah, the tuna stack has been challenging it for the best-selling appetizers. So it's exciting to have two really good menu items there.
And I believe you guys are starting up some, hockey game nights. Game nights are starting up. Hockey season's back.
Yeah, so we've always been big supporters of the Canucks, and yeah, hockey season, we do $3 beers anytime the Canucks play. So anybody out of town, if you're back in Tofino, come join us for $3 beers of Stanley Park, Tofino Brewing Company. The Canucks, I'm curious to see how they do this year. It's a bit of a change of the guard, and I'm excited to see some of the next generation of Vancouver Canucks have a bigger role.
Yes.
Bo Horvat, and hopefully Virtanen makes the team. And they snuck a win out last night, but yeah, I'm curious to see. It's going to be an interesting year in the NHL. There's Connor McDavid joining the league. We got Surfer and Red up and riding, and that's Tia Travis. That's a really nice looking right there. Comes around the foam. It's just stretching out in front of her.
See if you get around that section there. It's nice. It's open out for on the inside.
Yeah, here we go. See, Tia's taking a more
conservative
sort
approach.
of off the tail approach. Just keeping still.
Still working that thing.
Oh, quick little cross step. She must have heard us talking. She sees the approaching section. Rides out of that one. Throws the arms in the air. Nice wave by Surfer and Red.
Yeah, definitely probably one of the longer and better rides that are of her wave count. So we'll see how that factors into her scoreline. But
is that Kath Breweiler out there? No, Kath's in the booth here with us. But is your business open this weekend, Kath? So if surfing's not your thing, and you prefer just calm waters, go visit Kath down at Tofino Paddle Surf as well. 5 minutes remaining in this heat.
Yeah, we got a
Tofino Paddle. Have you been out and stand up paddled in Mackenzie?
I have not in Mackenzie, but I have down in Ucluelet there. It's pretty nice when you can go out on the coast and go loop around the lighthouse on a calm day, and even around there, Little Beach and in the Inner Harbor. But yeah, Mackenzie Beach is definitely a prime
It's
SUP
so nice.
location.
It's probably a couple of years back now. I called Kath and tail between my legs. I said, I'm sure there's some things that are little tricks and tips here, and took a lesson. So anybody who's just grabbed a stand-up paddleboard, definitely taking a lesson. You're going to learn something. There's some right and wrong ways to paddle and maneuver. So it's such a nice vantage point when it's in the evening when the sun's going down out on the water, to be, you know, up 5 or 6 feet in the air looking down in the water, but also it's just, I don't know, there's something calming about it. And yeah, stand-up paddling, I believe, is one of the fastest growing sports in the world. So
it's just so versatile too. I mean, if you like to go crabbing, I know in Tofino here at the harbor, it gets pretty insane with the currents, but I know I've gone out quite a bit. I throw a crab pot on the front of my SUP and launch in the Yuki
rad.
Harbor and
like a
go out.
crab ring.
Yeah.
Oh, rad.
Yeah, and so those things, or you can use them for anything you want. It's a little bit more fun because you're actually standing up above the water and you're not sitting down like you're in a canoe or a kayak, and you're not prone. And even if you fall over, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, wear a wetsuit, you know, if you're not comfortable in the water. Obviously, wear your PFD. But, you know, for anybody who, you know, does stand-up paddle on flat water and wants to get into the sport of surfing, my personal recommendation is to get a surf lesson, because just paddling out on a stand-up paddleboard, typically those boards are a little bigger, a little heavier, and you've got a long leash. So learn how to surf, and then absolutely come and stand-up paddle surf out here. But, you know, you want to learn how to surf in the water. So yeah, we're back to the action here. Little break. What was the time check there, Ty? 2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining. Maybe go through the sponsors here. Going down the line here, we got you know, Billabong as a presenting sponsor. Stoked to have them on board. You know, nice casual night to watch Balance premiere last night. That's a really cool movie, just with all the different extreme sport elements. Surf Sister, we just talked about. Shelter, Surf Sister, and all those girls. Chrissy pretty much has to close her shop down for the weekend, so big thanks to the Surf Sisters. Ton of them out representing today in the water. Wick Inn, you know, Ancient Cedar Spa, down here on the beach, giving competitors massages. They filled everybody's loot bags with a free steam and I believe a free glass of rosé. The rosé is by Blue Mountain, and they're also supporting breast cancer as well. So nice little link in there. Tourism Tofino obviously helping us out with the webcast marketing the Tofino brand. 1 minute remaining. Wildside Grill, they're down on the beach here. They're our official beach food sponsor. Go see Jesse. He had some unreal soups going yesterday.
I see him down there just getting the tent all prepped up there. So
yeah, big thanks to those guys. They're the official lunch supplier for us as well, and can't say enough about them. So thanks to Wildside. Raising money for Keep a Breast Canada, which is obviously all the proceeds from this whole event go to raising awareness for breast cancer. We got 30 seconds remaining. We'll quick run through Pacific Sands. Shane and the crew there helping us out. Aptanis just stepping up to plate with a $1,000 gift certificate to the winner of longboard. We're probably going to count down in a sec here, and we'll come back to the sponsors. 10 seconds remaining. We're going to count down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that brings an end to the heat in the water. Just to finish off the sponsors there, Ocean Village. Again, they've been involved with us for a couple years now. Love their little cabins on the beach. Again, check out tourismtofino.com for any Surf Month specials. The brewery, you know, we no bubbles. We had beers to support the local brewery down on the beach for the winners. We'll do more of the same today. Nixon, big thanks to Dirk and his crew. Nixon and Mizu over there. Go see some of the products that they're showcasing. Big supporters of this event since day one. PharmaSave, obviously Epic Pharmacy. I believe they're giving out some tea. Go say hi to the ladies there. They've got a little beach pharmacy going. Sports Canada. for the live feed, Surf Cam for hosting it, and Brendan for all his work helping set the live feed up. And District of Tofino, they've been a big supporter of this event, and you know, we're trying to unite the different events in town here, and you know, just improve the professionalism. And the district has got some plans and people behind it, so we appreciate the support. They let us use a bunch of their supplies for the weekend, and obviously give us access to the beach. They provide us with some funding through grants we apply for and stuff. So big thanks to the District of Tofino and all their people. Catherine's been really instrumental in helping us out. So yeah, big thanks, and we're stoked to see you know, more events become bigger and stronger, and more a part of tourism in the years to come. Just as we're on the webcast here, we're looking at some replays of Rebecca Oldroyd. Looks like she had a couple crackers.
Yeah, there's Sarah G there on the instant replay here. They're looking really busy. We're going to count them down.
We're going to count them down. Yeah, go ahead, Brendan.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that horn there marks the start of Heat 7 of the women's longboard. This is round 1. In the water we have in red Leah Oak, in white Carla Robinson, in green Jamie Wood, and in blue Morgan McIntyre. So for you guys on the webcast here, we're just going through a couple of instant replays from last heat there. Definitely the girls were staying busy there and utilizing all the waves that came into the beach there, and staying busy on their board too. That's what the judges want to see, is just the utilization of that board. So it's good to see out there. So we're going to take a quick commercial break here, and we'll get back to the action shortly.
You know, everything that's beautiful takes a lot of work. Whatever, anything you love, you have to work for it. A lot has to do with me being a surfer. You know, I've been surfing for at least 35 years now. Being in Tofino, for me, there is a balance that I found in here with myself. When I work in the glass, you know, I see the sun, just thinking of creation, and I see my hands and my mind working together. It makes me happy, you know, and that's something really special. The kids just love seeing glass being worked on, you know? And they go, whoa, they open their eyes and see, you know, and they're mesmerized, and their faces lit up, and they see something that's like, it's a sea star, you know, or an octopus. That's one of the most beautiful experiences that I got. I'm thankful that I can be here and welcome the guests to come to Tofino and share my love with them, you know.
So we're back here live at Cox Bay for the 6th annual Queen of the Peak Women's Surfing Championship. And in the water right now we have Heat 7 of the women's longboard. I'll read you out the names here who's in the water. So we're in red, we have Leah Oak. In white, we have Carla Robinson. In green, we have Jamie Wood. And in blue, we have Morgan McIntyre. So probably about 5 minutes have gone by in the heat here, and nice looking waves out there. Those lines of swell are still pulsing through into the bay here. So it's nice to see some waves for these longboard
in red, there's Leah Oak, yesterday's second place winner in shortboard. Just kind of misreads that wave, and then out the back she turns around, and that surfer in green up and riding.
Yeah, we have Jamie Wood out the back there in her green, in green. But yeah, Leah Oak just coming up a little bit short in that final yesterday, but she's definitely no stranger to winning on a longboard, so she can definitely throw that board around pretty easily. So be excited to see how well she does this year.
So we got surfer in white up and riding. See what she can do on this one.
Yeah, it's Carla Robinson from Ucluelet there.
Yeah, I think she semied yesterday. Oh, nice little cross step up to sort of the middle part of the board. Sure, she's going to want to improve on that first wave, but getting her feet in the wax.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's what we saw yesterday, even in the short board.
Up the beach there is that blue, surfer in blue.
That's Morgan McIntyre. She was surfing pretty well yesterday in those qualifier rounds. So it'll be interesting to see how well she does in the. This is when it matters. Round one, the top two advance to the quarterfinals, and we're running 20-minute heats today. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how throughout the day with these changing conditions, but what they can do out there. But it's always fun to see the amount of talent there is on shortboard and longboard.
So we're starting to see a bunch of the Princess of the Peak show up on the beach here. So great to see. The future of surfing is in good hands here on the women's side of things. The young ladies are going to take to the water. We've got Heat 7 and then Heat 8. And then we will move to Princess of the Peak. So it looks like as the tide drops out here, the north end of the beach, the sandbars seem to be looking pretty tasty.
Yeah, it's doing a little bit of shift here because all day yesterday we have Surfer in Green
Jamie
here.
Wood up and riding again.
Looking pretty good. A nice looking wave that
Nice
she's
little cross step.
got onto here.
Decides to hit the eject button there.
But yeah, as we have
Surfer
Leah
red,
Oak here.
Leah Oak. Quick little shuffle, shuffles back, drops down around that section, takes the low road. Not going to get out in front, so she decides to kick out of that one and then out the back. We got Surfer in white up and riding.
We got a little split peak action. Surfer in white
goes up to float the boat and doesn't ride out of that one.
We still have Surfer in blue up and riding. That's Morgan McIntyre milking this.
Wow,
right
quick
to the
exchange.
inside
All four
there.
surfers going to lock in a score on that last set there.
Yeah, so the tide is dropping today, so that peak that you see all the girls surfing there, it'll be transitioning, changing around. So as the tide comes in and as the tide goes out, these conditions out there change a little bit. But the tide isn't supposed to drop too much today, so it shouldn't play that much of a factor in what's going on out there. But yeah, yesterday we saw kind of right in front of the judges booth here, that split peak, that right and that left was definitely working, and but still lots of swell out there for these longboarders, and it's looking like it's going to be sticking around all day today. And this weather is here to stay all day today as well, which is really, really nice when you can get down to some t-shirt and shorts in October. It's pretty surreal and pretty awesome to see. And yeah, I mean, summer in October, it doesn't happen very often out here in Tofino, but it has been for the past couple of years now. So we have Surfer in white up around this. Carla Robinson looking a nice looking left here. Trying to get around this little section there. She can get something on the inside. Nice little finish here if she can. Yeah, nice little foam climb right to the inside. So Carla Robinson, one of the better rides she's gotten all morning in this heat here. So for you guys watching online, this is Heat 7 of the women's longboard round 1. In red we have Leah Oak. In white we have Carla Robinson. In green Jamie Wood, and in blue Morgan McIntyre. We definitely noticed yesterday with the strategy game, the patient game paid off, but also staying busy at the early rounds of the heat there. I know if you can throw some big scores right off the bat, it kind of throws a curveball in the lineup, and people are kind of feel like they're scratching and fighting to get back into the game. But
see what happens here. Looks like we've got some lookers. Leah's stroking into this one. Doesn't like it, but there's another one behind her.
That's Jamie Wood, Surfer in green on her backhand.
Ooh, looks like
nice looking wave here. See if you get around this little closeout section there.
Maybe just while breaking the action here, we'll go to results of heat number 6. In fourth place, Surfer in blue with a combined two-wave total of 5.80. Surfer in green in third place with a combined two-wave total of a 7.50. Advancing to the next round, Surfer in red, Tia Travis with a combined two waves of 9.47. And winning that heat in white, Rebecca Oldroyd with a 14.07 combined two-wave total. Out the back up and riding, Leah Oak, quick little pump, nice float. That probably looked easy. Whoa, big beanstalk in Leah.
Just a little lean back. That was pretty stylish there to finish that wave off. Kind of a little bit of a claim there, but that was a nice looking foam climb there, and we'll see how that factors into our scoreline. Yeah, so we'll be running along this to finish off this contest here at Cox Bay. This is pretty much ground zero for contest surfing on the west coast of Canada. Always waves here at this beach. It's the most consistent beach around in the area here in Tofino. Definitely picks up a lot of swell. The bay faces west, so it picks up tons of northwest swell, especially when in the wintertime as those northwesterly storms roll through. It funnels tons of swell in here, and even in the summertime, those south swells. There's so many different options here at Cox Bay. It's such a big beach, and there's the right side of the beach, the center part of the beach, and down to the left side of the beach there. There's just tons of options, which is pretty awesome when you can surf different points at a beach.
Yeah, good point. It's our everyday beach here for sure. It's good from 1 foot up to about between 2 and 3 meters, and depending on period, direction, it accepts everything from a northwest all the way through to like just about a straight south. So it's the everyday spot.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice spot to come down here. I mean, I live in Ucluelet, and the Wick is our local hotspot, but rumor all summer was
out the back on our right. Let's see if she comes around this section. Leah Oak, nice bottom turn, takes the high line, just gets clipped by the lip there. That's unfortunate. Surfer in white.
It's Carla Robertson. She's staying on those lefts down the beach there. She had one nice looking one earlier, and see if this one will stand up for her, but she's got a little bit too far ahead of that and got out of the speed section there. But staying busy, still a bit of time left in this heat, so we'll see how those that last exchange will factor into their scoreline. But yeah, that was a nice looking wave that Leah picked off, but just got a little bit caught behind that section. If she could get around that speed section there, would have been. She probably could have pieced together a couple of good maneuvers there.
Yeah. What do you longboard much?
I do, actually. I teach lessons down in Ucluelet, and I've spent quite a bit of time on some soft tops.
Nice.
And sometimes I do.
What's your longboard of choice?
Those classic Costco wave storms. Those things are a dream to surf. $100 lifetime warranty. Insane. But that's zero
single
performance.
fin or single fin or 3 fin?
Those that comes with 3 fins, and they actually come with an FCS leash, but the performance on those things is absolutely crap. Does not exist. But I don't think there's any stringer or anything in there. When you start trying to hop down the line, the whole board is like a wave. But as we were talking about earlier, foam's your friend out here, and I know Stefan has kind of mastered that with all the boards he's making. If I could get a longboard that I've seen some longboards that Stefan makes on his website, and I think the Even's one of his longboards, and that looks like a really, really fun board.
Yeah, the Even's more of like a traditional longboard, very classic shape. I think it's more of a 50-50 rail, and it'd be, I think, traditionally surfed as a single fin, but maybe Isaac can correct us on that one, but I'm pretty sure. And then Robbie Ferguson's been on. Stefan's been playing with a 3 fin, sort of high performance longboard, and Robbie Ferguson's been riding that one. It's
I think Robbie's in the next heat. Is that right, Robbie? The next heat. Yeah,
what's the model of your board there, Robbie? The Hydromatic. So a lot of people. I've surfed Robbie's Hydromatic, and personally in these beach break conditions, I prefer a 3 fin. Just gives you a little bit more maneuverability, but those big old single fins, like, there's just nothing better when you get a nice line and you can just stand there and enjoy the ride and trim down the line. And
having that loose tail too, you can really pivot on that tail with that single fin.
Yeah,
Get
it's
that classic looking endless summer style.
yeah, that
going.
knee drop kind of pivot that is super cool to watch.
Yeah, it's really nice to see when you can watch people that are really good at longboarding and make it look so stylish. And that's one of the things that the judges actually look for when judging longboards is style. So if you're looking kind of tense and a little bit uncomfortable out there, you got to loosen up there and kind of just flow. The better you look on the board, the more loose you are. I think it'll play a little bit of a factor in your scoreline. So look like people did in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, they were loose back then. Trimming down the line here, Surfer in white. That's Carla just sticking to these lefts. Banks it off the foam here. Nice little wave by Carla Robinson there. Okay, I see Surfer in red, I think, pivoting and turning for this one. Looks like, no, just sneaks underneath her, but green's up. That's Jamie Wood moving to her front side at this point in time. Get through a low to generate some speed. Becky, if you can hear me, you're looking for results from Heat 5?
Yeah, Heat 5 of the women's longboard division.
So in Heat 5, fourth place was yellow Laura McDonald with a two-wave total of 493. In third place, Surfer in blue with a 610. And then in second place was red with an 11.2. And in first place was white with a 13.5.
Yeah, and this is Heat 7 of the women's longboard. We're going to...
Yeah, so just back to the live webcast there, Leah Oak, again, doing a real nice bottom turn. So you can see, I would bet if we watch Leah come out of the water, she's probably on a 3-fin. It's kind of, you surf it a little bit more off the tail, and then when she leans into her bottom turn, you can really drive out of it. Those single fins, you do tend to lose a bit of drive, so... but what you lack in drive, you sort of gain in stability and...
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to see when she connects on one of those famous little drop knee cutback or slashes, the amount of control that she shows the whole time through the maneuver and then back to her feet again and being able to go down the line and link some more turns in there. It's pretty awesome to see just the amount of control that Leah has on her board. Definitely growing up down in Port Renfrew is...
Oh, look at on the webcast there, you got Leonard Light in the background. That's what we're enjoying here today. Just such an epic coastline.
These backdrops, I mean, they're just terrible. That's what makes this place so beautiful is just everywhere you look, up and down the beach, all 360-degree view is just pure beauty. And that's why the West Coast is so beautiful and pretty much made it home for 10+ years now.
So you can see the girls paddling out for the next heat there. You notice how they're all side by side. It is an all Surf Sister heat, so...
the sisterhood, as they call it.
Yeah. Who is Chrissy going to root for? That is the question.
You can't decide between your children.
She says you can't decide between your children, so...
They're all good. They're all winners today.
Proud Mama Chrissy is going to be cheering on all 4 girls in the next heat. All 4 ladies, I should say. I'm sorry.
So we have Surfer in blue on her back end. That's Morgan McIntyre.
And it looks... Is that Jamie up the point there, or is it a free surfer?
We have Jamie Wood on her back end
there.
here. Just got a little bit stuck on that closeout there. Probably won't factor into her scoreline, but it's nice to see some awesome longboard conditions for these girls. Paddle out is very mellow.
Do you remember last year?
Yeah, it was intense.
Wow.
Yeah, they went charging pretty much almost maxed out Cox Bay and really had it tough last year.
Yeah, but sometimes you feel for them. It's it's hard to paddle out on a day like that, but it makes for some drama. And when you paddle in the longboard into those big waves and looking over the edge, it's pretty entertaining. So that was fun to watch. And you know, this is definitely way more contestable this year. And looks like we got Surfer in red, Leah Oak up on her backhand now. Nice little cross step, gets low, trims down the line. Quick little direction change there. Rides out of that one. Gets low, looks out the back just to see if there's any other waves approaching. Leah's looking good in longboard too.
Yeah, I like how she got low on that one turn there,
Oh,
bringing
look
that
at
center
this.
of
Looks
gravity.
like a really nice set wave heading towards the lineup here. I think this is Surfer in white. Carla Robinson on her backhand. Gets
Got
up
a
towards
nice
the nose.
Little face here. See if she can finish this little closeout section.
Yeah, nice little cross step. Cuts back. Just avoids the getting taken out there as that one shuts down on her.
A nice exchange there, though. Still tons of swell. We have Surfer in green up on her forehand. That's Jamie Wood. Trimming down the line there. Trying to milk something out of that inside section, but
Jamie's we've got a few different professionals in the water today. Jamie's a local nurse. I don't know if I should say that, but you know, we've got a pharmacist, we've got nurses, all walks of life here that enjoy surfing and surf really well. So Amy Souza was in the surf yesterday and I think earlier today. 3, 2, 1.
So that horn there marks the end of Heat 7 of the women's longboard round 1. Stand by for the start of Heat 8.
Look at that view just as we go to replays there. It's spectacular.
Yeah, so stand by for the start of Heat 8. And in Heat 8, wearing red, we'll have Kate Plethoro. In white, Amy Souza. In green, we'll have Devora Reeves. And in blue, we'll have Brianna Bradley. But I'm going to take you to some instant replays here. This is Jamie Wood.
Just hitting the eject button.
This is Leah. This is hoping this is one of her waves with that big gash that she did.
I think this one shuts down on her a bit. Yeah, just doesn't well surfed, but didn't get around that section. This is when Carla's sticking to the lefts here.
This was her. We're gonna count it down, I think, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide horn there marks the start of Heat 8 of the women's longboard. But we're gonna take you back to these instant replays here. Yeah, Carla, that was that one left that I think is definitely gonna factor into her scoreline there.
So then on this one here, this is Leah. She gets real low, and I love that little tap there. She sets it up and just banks it off the foam. On a longboard, that's not easy to do.
Yeah.
You got a lot of board to kind of like avoid in the whitewash, and then little
styly
clam,
layback.
yeah, little soul arch, little beanstalk, and again
Here's
deep
that
off the bottom.
Speed line of hers. Oh,
Gets
yeah.
clipped. I think she might have been looking for a little tube time there.
And there's Morgan here staying busy. She was looking busy all heat long here. I'd like to see the results of this one, so stand by for the results.
I think
But
Morgan's quite an accomplished pastry chef, actually. She's having fun out there. You can see her smiling on the webcast.
yeah, there's Morgan on her backhand again.
Nice style.
Mixing it up there, going left, going right, and yeah, she's beautiful style, nice and smooth, and utilizing whatever the wave has to offer.
Okay, here's another one of Leah's. This is on her backhand now. Going left. Quick little shuffle, another little shuffle, grabs rail, trims down the line. And you can see she leans on that back foot and then does a big direction change and uses her arms to help her. So great technique there by Surfer and Red Leah Oak on that left.
Yeah, I love how Leah really just commits and really throws everything that she can on that rail just to commit on those turns. We have Carla, a nice looking right there, just got a little bit stuck. I don't think that was a factor in her scoreline, but yeah, there's Jamie too. She was staying busy all heat.
So just for everybody on the beach, we're just going through the replays on the webcast. Hey, Bran. I think we're going to go to a commercial break here, and then we'll get back to live action in the water.
So I love, like backside turns, this is the kind of rotation we're looking for. You can see the head and shoulders facing fully opposite direction to the nose. And on a turn like this, now you can see how far you've got to go between you and the whitewash.
Hungry? After
Yeah,
watching that?
wow, that food looks delicious.
Yeah.
Shelter stories.
So back to the water here. There's been some action just while we were on break there. A couple good exchanges already, and we're only a couple minutes into heat number 8 of round 1 women's longboard. Directly after this, we're going to move into Princess of the Peak. Super excited to see these girls take to the water. So at the back, we have a couple paddlers. We're going to have to see how that plays out. Surfer in blue, I'm not a judge here. We're going to leave it in the judges' hands, but that was a drop-in my eyes. So that's Brianna Bradley. I believe that was Surfer in yellow behind her, so we'll have to see if that gives her a little triangle, marking interference if somebody does.
Yeah, so interference, if you guys don't know, it's when you affect or alter someone's potential of getting a scoring ride. So, yeah, we'll wait on a result for that. But so for you surfers out there, try to avoid any contact or any altercation in another surfer's wave, because you will get a little triangle over your score, and that deducts your second score, I believe, in half.
That's correct, yeah. So it's more or less if whoever is closer to the peak has right away, and then if another surfer inhibits the scoring potential of that particular surfer riding the wave, if another surfer inhibits that, they may be charged with interference. So we'll have to see how that last one goes, because Surfer in blue definitely did paddle into that wave in front of, I believe it was Surfer in yellow, or green, pardon me. So
yeah, especially getting an interference in the early stages of a heat can really affect.
You just have to drop 2 10s.
I mean, yeah, exactly. You just gotta.
This is a previous champ here, Kate Prothero.
Got to throw everything together. She's a defending Rickrell Pro longboard champ as well. So, yeah, Kate is definitely pretty comfortable out here on a longboard. We'll see how she puts things together. The conditions out here, we couldn't have asked for better conditions for these girls today. So it's looking pretty favorable all day. The tide is still dropping. I believe low tide's around 12:30, and then all afternoon we'll have a pushing tide. So yeah, definitely when these tides start to swing, you see the change in conditions. Yesterday we saw that a little bit as all afternoon as that tide pushed in. We were blessed with some really nice looking sets and really nice looking waves. So look that for the afternoon. But right now these lines look pretty awesome for these girls on their longboard. I feel like every year this contest is always blessed with good swell. October is pretty much the start of the winter season, and that's when waves get nice and big and
yeah,
consistent.
It's surf month. I mean, it makes sense to run a contest in October. So, oh,
there's Kate.
Nice little cutback.
Kylie.
Power there, actually. Leaned on her back foot there. Look at, there's the big man, Kyler. Is that Kyler Ross right there? Yeah. So that guy in the water there, he's not in the way. That's Kyler. He's the resident Queen of the Peak photographer, so out taking photos. What an epic day for photos. We've just had beautiful lighting the last 2 days. Mm-hmm. Oh, I see John Ford there. Hi, John.
Yeah, so in the water, if you guys are just joining us online or on the beach here, this is Heat 8 of the women's longboard. wearing red, we have Kate Prothero. In white, we have Amy Souza. In yellow, we have Devora Reeves. And in blue, we have Brianna Bradley. Sorry, in green, we have Devora Reeves.
Yeah, so again, all Surf Sister heat. I'm sure. What time would it be in the UK right now? It's.
Must be middle of the night. I think.
Yeah, it'd be like 3 a.m. I wonder if they're watching Kate this morning here. They might be. They might be at the local pub.
Yeah, I was talking to Kate last year, and she had all of her friends and family tune in to her surf. So it's pretty awesome to see the amount of support that all these ladies have throughout this whole weekend. And I know the town of Tofino is behind all their girls today, and not just all the girls, but just to see this contest be successful. I know this has been a pretty fun weekend for the past 6 years for everybody in town. So it's really nice to see the amount of support that all the sponsors have shown and everybody in the town of Tofino and even on the whole West Coast. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, it totally is. We got a little bit of action in the water here. It's Amy Sousa, another nurse actually. So there you go. Results are in from round 1 longboard, heat number 7. So Beach Marshals results are in. Just stand by for results of heat 7. Check. Did you guys have white and...
So that's Surfer in red there. That's Kate, your defending women's longboard Rip Curl Pro champion. Linking together a couple of nice little direction changes there and milking that as far as she could. Looking comfortable out there, Kate. I just want to run through all the sponsors. Actually, we got Surfer in white up and riding there. That's Amy Souza from Ucluelet there. So still lots of swell out there. Lots of these consistent lines rolling through. I'm going to run through all of our sponsors here. We got at the helm, we got Billabong, Surf Sister, and Shelter Restaurant. We got the Wickendish Inn. We have Tourism Tofino as well. Wildside Grill, Pacific Sands, Aftana Surfboards, Ocean Village, Tofino Brewery, Nixon, Von Zipper, and Pharmasave. Also want to thank Industrial Scaffolding Services. They've created this monstrous tower on the beach here for the judges and the live webcast team. So thank you guys there for donating your time and the materials to get us above the beach there, so we have a nice clear view of what's going on in the water there. And also as well the District of Tofino for letting us take over the beach here for the weekend and run this beautiful contest. And we have Surfer in red up right. That's Kate. Definitely staying busy out of all the competitors out there. She's been able to get on a couple of good waves here. She's a little direction change. Started off going right there, and fortunately that wave just closed out on her. But she's definitely looking busy out there, and she's definitely, the more waves you catch, the more comfortable you're going to get on your board, because you'll start to get your feet in that wax and get a bit more comfortable. So that strategy looks like it's going to be paying off for Kate here. She's throwing some scores on the board, which is good. I also want to thank Sports Canada TV and surfcam.ca for getting this live feed rolling. I know we checked the analytics on Surfcam, and was talking to Mike about the analytics for the Queen of the Peak, and together we've had about in the past 2 days about 3,000 people tune into this webcast, and we haven't heard the stats from Tourism Tofino, so it's nice to see the amount of attention that we're getting worldwide for this contest. That's Amy Souza up in her riding here. A little bit of a direction change there, but yeah, I was checking the stats, and we had people from all over Europe, Germany, Finland, the UK, France, Italy, South America as well. We had Australia, New Zealand, Indonesia, Northern Africa, South Africa,
Doogie tuned in.
Mexico. Yeah, Doogie shot me a Facebook message yesterday saying he was stoked on the live feed. He's sitting there having a
Where is
cold
he?
one.
Is
He's
he-
back at his house in I think it's Bali, but we're
Yeah,
just
I
around
went-
the area there.
I went to his house not last winter, the winter before. Good little setup, sort of Canggu there.
Another one of those local legends.
Yeah, Doogie's a great guy. If anybody ever heads to Indo, he's a great guy, great tour guide.
That surfer in white there. That's Amy Souza up and riding her on her forehand. Got a nice looking wave in front of her here. Working that board, shuffling up and down that thing and staying busy. A little bit of a direction change back to that power section of the wave there. A nice looking wave that's probably going to factor into her scoreline. She was definitely staying busy, and that's what you got to do on your longboard there is walk the plank.
Walk the plank. So results for longboard heat 7 are in fourth place, surfer in blue, with a combined two-wave total of 717. Now third and second were super tight. So in third place with a 4.23 and a 4.20, with a two-wave total of 8.43, surfer in white Carla Robinson. So advancing in green, surfer in yellow, on the strength of her best wave of a 5.17. Her backup was a 3.97, with a two-wave total of 9.13. So just over half a point difference between those two. And then winning that heat, surfer in red from Port Renfrew, Leah Oak with a 6.50 and a 6.27 with a two-wave total of 12.77. So congratulations, Leah and Jamie. So the water's edge there, we can see some of the princesses starting to paddle out. Such a good day for them to compete. A little smaller than yesterday, which is nice, but for these girls, it'll still be head high or overhead on the sets. So I just got a phone call from Kelly at Aftanas Surfboards. Kelly, if you are on the beach, you can hand that $1,000 gift certificate to Chrissy on the beach, or
You can bring it up here too if you
yeah,
want.
we're in the judges booth up here, so if you want to bring it up.
If you have an extra one laying around, I mean, feel free.
Yeah, winner of the longboard contest will receive $300 cash and $1,000 in Aftanas cash, which I'm not sure how it all falls out with tax. But depends on the size of the board, I'm sure. But that'll definitely get you a new shortboard or a new longboard from Stefan Aftanas. And we talked a lot about his shapes yesterday. Another sort of mention we should shout out is Tofino Boardwalk. I can see the board sitting down there on the beach again. Those are Aftanas stubs, a really fun shape. Again, we'll go to action in the water here. This is Amy Souza. She's catching lots of waves. Nice little redirect
turn
there. And then out the back, Kate Prothero. Beautiful little cross step. Whoa.
Nice little speed stance there, right to the nose
Throws the toenails off the end of the board. Nice little redirect. Strong surfing from Surfer in Red there, Kate Prothero.
Yeah, it was nice. I really liked how she was able to link that little direction change at the end there. And
for everyone in the UK that's staying up late to watch this one, you can have a swig of beer after that one.
Yeah, that was definitely a nice looking wave for Kate. We'll see how that plays into her scoreline. But yeah, she's definitely staying really busy out there. That's the thing is, she's having fun. More waves you're catching, and the looser you'll get, because the more comfortable you'll be under your board. So
yeah,
kind of starting to pay off for Kate.
Kate is a Canadian resident now, but is originally from the UK. She obviously works at Surf Sister, a very accomplished surfer. And this last year here, she actually joined Tofino Fire Department.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and
wow.
She's doing a really good job on the fire department as well. So Kate is a community person, and yeah, stoked to have her on the fire department.
I think I've known Kate for quite a few years now, and I think every time I see her, she always has a smile on her face.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
She's always stoked, and she's always having a good time. So it's yeah, if you get a chance, go down there and cheer on Kate and go say hi to her. She's
I think Amy's having a ton of fun. I think she's caught 20 waves already.
Yeah, I'm stoked that there's not a wave limit for these girls. They can just go out there and send it on everything.
On that note, if you guys go over 10, can you just let me know? Just add them to the bottom of your sheets, but then I'll have to go sub them out.
What was the time check?
Sorry, what was that, Ty? Time check? 1.5 minutes remaining. 1 minute 30 seconds remaining.
So we got Devora Reeves up here in her forehand. The nice looking wave in front of her. She got a little bit of a closeout section. See if she can finish it strong here. Holding on. That's
See
nice.
Kyler Voss getting underneath the whitewater there.
Throwing himself into the thick of things. That's how he's getting those shots. Yeah, if you that gallery that he's got going on, kind of slows you down a bit. Those photos that he gets
1
are
minute
insane.
remaining.
You know, really captures you. That one with the whale's eye. That's
So crazy.
insane.
There's one, he went on a trip up the Haida and was out on a river fishing, and there's this one shot of a salmon he's got, and just like the colors of the salmon against sort of the browns and darker colors in the water. It's just always been a photo I liked, and he's got tons of fantastic wolf photos as well. And here's Kate Prothero up and riding on a nice looking left here.
Just getting
Again,
word we got.
Tried to go switch stance.
Just under 30 seconds remaining left. That was mixing it up there, Kate. She's having fun.
Yeah.
Definitely telling her surfing there. That was pretty awesome. She could stick that little
10
backward ride
seconds
there.
remaining. Count this one down.
We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So that brings heat number 8 of round 1 of longboard to an end. So right from here, stand by in the water, Princess of the Peak. We are going to move to Princess of the Peak.
Yeah, so that marks the end of round 1 of the women's longboard. We'll be going into the Princess of the Peak. Stand by for the Princess of the Peak here.
There's only 4 girls, Shaz? Okay.
Just waiting for scores to drop by the judges there, but we'll probably head back to check out some replays of this last heat here. That's Kate. She was doing this all heat long there. Nice direction changes and really burying that rail and really burying that rail there and linking some nice turns there. This is Devora Reeves here. She stayed busy as well all heat long, linking those nice direction change there, starting off on her backhand and linking it down. We're going to count it down for the Princess of the Peak here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide horn there starts the start of the Princess of the Peak here, but for you guys on the webcast here, we're going over these replays. Yeah, Amy Souza, she was the busier of lots of all the competitors out there. She caught probably at least 15 waves. She looked like 15 waves because every time we'd look up, she'd be up on a wave. So this was one of her better waves that she caught here. Being able to walk up and down that board there, and she had a nice little direction change back to the foam ball and right to the inside. But Devora Reeves, I think this is one of her better rides. Nice high line there, trying to get tons of speed, and unfortunately couldn't quite get around that that foam ball there, but was able to like a nice ending maneuver there as the wave kind of fizzled out on her. So yeah, Devora Reeves staying busy. We're still waiting for scores to drop for heat 8 of the women's longboard, but yeah, so stand by for results for that heat. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break here, so we'll be back shortly.
This isn't a stop off on the way to somewhere. You have to want to come here. It's just big nature.
Share and discover your stories of Tofino at yourtofino.com.
Yeah, so we're back here live here at Cox Bay. This is the 6th annual Queen of the Peak Women's Surf Championship. And in the water right now, we have the Princess of the Peak.
So we'll jump right into results from Heat 8 of women's longboard. Just quickly looking at the scores here. Another close one for second place. The judges have their work cut out for them in these heats here. So in fourth place in women's longboard beach marshals, heat 8. In fourth place, Surfer in blue with a combined two-wave total of 350. In third place, wearing green, Devora Reeves with a combined two-wave total of 637, sitting on a 3.3 and a 3.07. Advancing, Surfer in white with a 3.5 and a 3.07, so a combined two-wave total of a 6.57. So 0.2 of a point separating third and second in that last heat. And advancing, Kate Prothero in red with a 6.03 and a 5.67 with a two-wave total of 11.70. So congratulations, Kate and Amy. You will be moving on.
Yeah, really nice surfing from those girls in the last heat there. It's nice to see those two girls walking on the beach there, Amy and Kate, in the quarterfinals.
And again, that was all Surf Sister final, or pardon me, heat. But let's go to the princesses. It's their time to shine. For anybody watching live, this is a big deal. They're surfing in the main event here. It's Queen of the Peak weekend, but it's now onto the Princess of the Peak division. Watch them live on the webcast. This is a huge day for the kids. I'm sure they didn't sleep last night. We're so stoked to have them here. They've got all their parents and families down on the beach cheering them on, and the dogs. So it's big out here for these ladies.
Yeah, these the conditions have definitely been cooperating all day long. But yeah, for these girls, age group for these girls, what's the oldest, or what's the age group for the Princess of the Peak there?
I believe the oldest competitor, I'm looking at Shannon on this one, is 13 years old. I'm not sure who the youngest is, but let's see if we can get that.
Yeah, so yeah, for these girls out here, these waves are, I can see Surfer in white here. A nice looking little wave here for her. It's about knee high and getting styly on that last wave there. That little switch stance. So yeah, it's definitely fun for them to be out there in some not too large of swell. I remember in years past that whitewash was a little bit chaotic for them, but these are perfect waves for these girls to show the judges what they got. So it'll be interesting to see how who can take advantage of this swell lines that we got coming in here.
Okay. Do you have names of the princesses here?
I'm just waiting for. So Becky, if you can hear me down on the beach marshal line, could you send me a text with the names of the Princess of the Peak for me, please? Yeah, so just waiting for names to drop for these girls out in the water here. But yeah, Princess of the Peak, I believe we're doing 20-minute heats.
I think so. Yeah, 20. Contest director Shannon Brown, 20 or 15? 15-minute heats for the Princess of the Peak here.
Still a bit of time there to get some waves together. I mean, for these girls out there, 15 minutes charging, it's definitely a little bit of work for them. But yeah, we've definitely seen in the early stage of this round a couple of waves come through, and a couple of these girls able to make something happen on a couple of them. So it'd be nice to see some scores drop and see how this heat unfolds.
Yeah. It's crazy how tiny some of them are.
I know, and the fact that they can get up, like for us, if we were out there.
We got a paddler here, Surfer in green. Paddle strokes into that one.
was a nice looking
That was an
wave.
that was an awesome ride.
Yeah, so for us, if we were out there, it'd be probably about ankle to potentially knee high. But for these girls, on some of those set waves, they're at least to waist to shoulder. So
They'd have me beat for sure. All right.
Thanks,
sorry,
Becky.
sorry for the delay here. In red, we have Jasmine Porter. In white, Neva McKinnon. In yellow, Chloe Platenius. And in blue, Kayla Blake. A lot of these girls I know are friends, so bragging rights are on the line. I'm sure they all have a ton of fun, and you'll see them high-fiving and smiling as they get out of the water here.
It's always nice to see people this young get amongst contest action too. Here in Canada, we don't have too many contests that people can get used to. That's why it's a little bit unfamiliar.
Oh, let's see out the back. This looks like Jasmine Porter on a big left. Jasmine goes high.
That was a
Rides
nice,
through that foam. Wow.
nice connection on that first turn for
That was
Jasmine
that was a
Porter
big
there.
wave.
Yeah, for her.
Nice, nice. I've seen them out at South Chesterman a lot lately, so they've been working hard. Okay, we've got Surfer in white here. This is Neva. Just gets to her feet. Oh, awesome ride by Surfer in white there. All the way through to the inside. Stylish.
Nice, making it look easy out there.
I just want to make sure I'm saying her name right. John Platenius, is it Neva? Nev? Neve, sorry, I'm really sorry. Thank you.
We have Surfer in green here, looking at a nice looking right there. Just got a little caught behind that. Kind of getting a little soft on that inside section, but we just saw a Surfer in red. It was that Jasmine Porter with the monster of a left. So those set waves are still out there, and still a little bit of power for these girls to make something happen. It's that last wave that Jasmine got. That first turn was a nice one for her, and it's definitely going to factor into her scoreline. So,
Man, that
awesome.
was pretty exciting. I saw that bigger set wave approaching, and I was like, is she gonna go for that?
Yeah, definitely showing a lot of commitment on that wave there, and not afraid to drop in, and definitely one of the most sizable waves we've seen in this heat.
She must be stoked.
Oh yeah. Getting all fired up here up in the booth. It's pretty awesome to see just the diversity in age group.
There's Neve up again riding. She's that
Warrior on
two
the
good
inside.
two good waves in a row.
Yeah, definitely that length of ride there was really good. And she's giving a look back to the judges' booth. I think she went a little bit of a claim there.
I know all these girls watch surfing live as well on WSL. Oh, we got Surfer in green and blue up riding just on the north end of the beach there.
Little party
sharing a wave.
Nice.
Surfer in green. That's Chloe Platenius. Wonder if her older brother Reed was giving her any tips before the heat.
Yeah, it's definitely it's pretty fun to watch girls at this age group go out there and charge and throw themselves on the line here. Then it's just this whole contest, the diversity in age group that all the girls are. It's pretty awesome, and that's why it makes it such a fun event all the time, every year.
Oh, we have Surfer in red out the back again. Let's see if another set wave comes her way.
Yeah, she's
it's a
definitely
big boat out there.
Yeah, that's Jasmine Porter. Definitely sticking to that bank that's been working all morning.
Oh, here she goes,
She's got a nice
stroking
little right
in.
here.
Nice pop-up, gets to her feet. Just kind of sneaks underneath her. I think she'll be right out back here again in time to probably get another set wave.
Yeah, she's definitely found a nice little spot, a nice little section out there for her to kind of make something happen. And that peak there has been working all morning, so definitely the good strategy is sitting where she is. She's got tons of waves coming her way, but those girls just to the right end of the beach there, they're still charging and they're still capitalizing on all that swell that's coming into the bay. So it's fun to watch. Exciting heat.
Oh, here we go. Looks like Neve, you're having another look. It's funny, we're just watching Jasmine here on the live webcast. Looks like she's a very strong paddler.
Yeah, she's definitely looking pretty comfortable out there, getting up past the break. With these, if that priority rule was in effect, she'd
sneaks
be
on,
having no
sneaks under
problem.
that one, no problem.
Yeah, if I could definitely go back in time, I wish I started surfing at the early ages of, 9 to 13, and that's when you're pretty much like a sponge. And
Here she goes, Jasmine, having a look at this one. Scratches in. Nice casual takeoff on her backhand. Whoa, a little top turn. Comes around that section.
Tossing a bit of spray on that backhand turn.
Yeah,
there.
webcast, we just had a great view of it. Jasmine, another nice wave for Surfer in Red, Jasmine Porter.
Yeah, wow, there are 2 waves I think that are going to factor into her scoreline. She's been connecting with that one maneuver, and she's tossing lots of water under that turn there and digging that rail in, which is definitely impressing the judges. You can get some claps up here. Definitely getting us excited.
Yeah, that's solid surfing there.
Super
Looks very
fun.
comfortable. Nice casual pop-up. Good technique. Gets nice and low. Right maneuver for the right section. So
She must be hanging out with Shannon.
I don't know. Yeah, I think her mom surfs quite a bit too. So maybe mom's giving her tips.
Yeah, it's cool. The whole community out here. The generations of surfers out here. That's what makes this area so much fun, is that everyone is kind of in the right mindset and headspace.
I think that's Surfer in Blue, Kayla Blake, out the back. And she's got a wave approaching. Taking a look, paddle,
Committing to
big
this
drop. Oh,
Sticking that drop. See if you get to
heavy
your feet on
drop,
this
gets to her feet. Put your hands together. That was an awesome ride for Surfer in Blue.
Yeah, good technique.
Sick little kick out too.
Good technique on that drop, saving that nosedive there, just getting back on her tail. And
20 seconds.
there was-
Getting close to the end of the heat here. Time check. 30 seconds, sorry.
Yeah, we just saw Surfer in Green there get up on a wave. That's Chloe Platinius.
Counting down. 10 seconds. Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Put your hands together for
Yeah,
that
awesome.
first round of the Princess of the Peak. That was a good one.
Yeah, awesome first heat there from Princesses of the Peak. See if maybe on the webcast here we can get a sort of quick couple highlights there. Jasmine definitely had a couple good ones. Loved that last drop. No replays. Sorry, unfortunately we're not going to be able to do that. Stick with the action here. We'll go straight to the next heat of the Princess of the Peak when the judges are ready. Judges are taking this seriously.
So we're 4, 3, 2, 1. So that horn there marks the start of Heat 2 of the Princess of the Peak, and we got our local favorite and judges' favorite, Mattea Olin, in the water. And
No favorites.
we've also got Surfer in White, Aqua Breweiler. And in green is that Madison Disomi. And in blue we have Zoe Blake. We're going to take a quick commercial break on the webcast, and we'll get back to live action in just a second.
It sounds cheesy, but surfing's affected, I'd say, almost every part of my life. To me, Tofino isn't Tofino without surfing. Surfing in general, and not just surfing the waves, the ocean itself, it's very humbling. Introducing it to people for the first time, it's really honest. You have to kind of break down all the barriers. You're just out there. I never get tired of seeing the look on people's face when they catch the first wave. Ever. It never gets old. As a surfing town, we're super lucky in Tofino to have lots of really friendly beach breaks. Easy to get to right off the main road. We've got change rooms right at lots of the beaches. You can drive up, jump out, go for a surf, and then drive into town and go for a 5-star dinner at a nice restaurant after. We're pretty lucky to be able to do it here year-round. Here you definitely need a bit of dedication and some heart. I would say Tofino surfers are a hardy bunch. But once you're in there, I think it's really surprising to people how warm you actually are. Never a bad choice to go surfing. It's a feeling that's, yeah, unbeatable.
All right, we're back with Princess of the Peak heat number 2 here. We're going to jump into results of the first heat. So in 4th place, wearing white, Neve. In 3rd place, wearing blue, Kayla Blake. And advancing in 2nd place, wearing green, Chloe Platenius. And winning that heat, surfer in red, Jasmine Porter.
Yeah, put your hands together for those girls there. That was a well-served heat.
Super close whole way through the heat. We've got the live scoring up and running for even the princesses here. We won't announce scores just so we can stay focused on the action, but we'll try and get to them right after each heat.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun heat there. All the girls were staying pretty busy here, and you can see surfer on our screen here. It's surfer in
Brendan,
green.
maybe we can sneak an interview.
You're doing on.
Do you want me to see if I can do an interview?
Yeah, let's get one of these girls on the mic. They're going to be getting on the microphone and being under the spotlight for quite a while here. So
maybe we can, just because we're not quite set up, or are we? Are we plugged in? Let's just see if maybe we can do a beach interview. I don't think we're set up. Maybe Jasmine, we'll get our mic going so we can interview some of these young ladies on the beach. But Jasmine, if you want to come up into the judges booth, we can interview you up here, and we can get you on the live feed up here.
yeah, it's pretty awesome to see these girls at this age going out there and throwing it down in their hometown in front of all their friends and family, getting them comfortable with.
Okay, Jasmine's coming up here. We'll get an interview in.
I think just the receiver is not plugged in.
Sorry.
I hadn't looked at it.
There you go.
Okay.
Here, grab a seat here, Jasmine.
Okay.
Maybe we'll, so you can see we got the live feed right here.
Yeah.
Maybe when, we'll wait till somebody catches a wave and we'll even get you to call one in. How's that sound?
Okay.
All right. Here, bring that in front of your mouth there.
Okay.
So tell me, how was your heat there? Yeah, you got a couple bombs.
It was kind of tough out there. It was like pretty small, and it was really mushy, so.
Really mushy.
Yeah.
We saw, we can't go to replay, but there was one turn a left where you had a nice little top turn, even threw some spray. Maybe you can walk us through that one.
What wave was that?
I think your second good one.
Okay, yeah. Well, there was so I was kind of going for just some waves to just get a score on the board.
Yeah.
So I was just going for a couple waves, and that one showed up, so I just went for that one, and then I got a couple turns on that, yeah.
Do you have a goal for the Princess of the Peak here?
Not really.
Just to have fun?
Yeah.
Nice. It's your mom's birthday today, right?
Yes.
You want to say happy birthday to Mom?
Happy birthday, Mom.
Why don't we'll keep you in the booth for 1 sec here. Can you, so you can watch the live action on the TV here, but maybe the next wave will get you to tell us what one of the girls do. Let's see if we've got, I think, Matea in the water here. Mm-hmm. What's it like surfing against Matea?
Well, she's really good.
She's good.
So it's pretty tough.
I don't know. You look pretty good out there. You could be challenging her. Let's see. We've got a wave approaching. So are most of these girls your friends in the water?
Yeah.
Nice. And how many years have you been competing on Princess of the Peak?
This will be my 3rd year, I think.
Are you going to be up here commentating in the years to come? You seem pretty comfortable up here.
Maybe. I don't know.
This isn't where you want to end up.
No, we want you winning contests. You got. Okay, let's see. It's kind of gone quiet here.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can. Okay, do we have a paddler? Let's see. Maybe you can tell. Hey, Brennan, can you pull up the names again? What kind of waves do you like? Kath Breweiler's asking.
Well, like what do you mean? Like size or like?
Yeah, what do you mean, Kath? What's your favorite kind of wave? Big?
Well, I mean, I don't like it too big, but I don't like it too small.
What?
And I don't like mushy waves.
So what's
I
your...
like-
Oh, here's Matea. You want to walk us through this one? You can see it on the screen
Here
there.
goes Matea, doing some nice turns.
Whoa, big top turn.
Yeah.
Wow, hey?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I am 10.
You're 10.
Yeah.
So you still got a couple years. Matea's got a couple years on you. Anyway, you're probably getting cold, so we'll let you go get ready for your next heat. Big thank you, Jasmine. Congratulations on moving on. Stoked to have you up here. Say happy birthday to your mom for us, and
Happy birthday, Mom!
we look forward to watching you in the next heat.
Okay.
Thanks, Jasmine.
Wow. All around stoked.
Yeah, that was pretty rad.
Awesome. Yeah, Jasmine Porter, she definitely was displaying some pretty good surfing and, yeah, having fun out there.
Yeah.
It's pretty hilarious to get these young ones on the mic here because the stuff that comes out of the kids say the darndest things.
Yeah. Okay, here we got Matea paddling up on a right here. Fades down, nice deep bottom turn, cracks the lip. Then another nice finish. Matea surfing well beyond her years.
Yeah, we saw Matea in the final there. Unfortunately, she came up a little bit short, but yeah, definitely putting together some really good combinations today. She's definitely one to watch. She's very comfortable out there.
It's crazy to see how quickly these kids that have been surfing all their lives at 10 and 12, how much they develop as even 6 months goes by. Matea, thinking back, 2 years ago she was paddling into sort of big waves here, but now she's ripping. So Jasmine in 2 years' time could be doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, I mean at these early ages, you're like a sponge. So it's nice to have so many rippers to look up to in this town. I know, watching that final heat, I know all these little girls are probably picking that heat apart because.
Yeah, they're going to be going to the air pretty quick.
There's a really good surf scene out here, both on the guys and girls side.
We got surfer in green. That's Madison. Gets to her feet there. Nice little wave, Madison. And then out the back here, we got Matea up riding again. Quick little foam climb. Doesn't rip right out of that one. The one thing with all these kids that's so nice to see is they're always smiling. They're so happy. Obviously, we have a great lifestyle here on the West Coast, and I can't say enough, obviously, about the parents. All these kids are super humble and happy and polite. They're always saying please and thank you, and it's really nice to see. So we got surfer up and riding, surfer in white. That was on quite a big wave. Was that Aqua?
Aqua Blue Weiler, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, these girls, it's amazing to see how much they've progressed even since last year. Here's Matea up on.
Matea looking at this
looking
right
at
here.
it right here again.
Got a
Drops
nice
to the
up
bottom.
Face, little check turn at
Cracks
the
the
top.
lip. That one runs away from her. I think back a couple years just talking about how I'm looking at heat scores here. It looks like some big scores have dropped for Surfer in red there, Matea. Wow. Apparently the judges liked one of those waves. Obviously the scale is a bit different here, but I think Matea is sitting on a 987, which would be the highest one wave score of the whole weekend thus far. So
wow,
they really liked what she put together on, I believe that was the one wave where there was a 2-turn combo. So man, oh man, yeah. A couple years ago, Matea was only, she was getting out back and paddling into waves, and now she's shredding. So watch out in the years to come as all these girls, So now we're going to see what Matea can do on her backhand here. Just comes up, taps the foam, goes over the handlebars. She's having fun today. She's doing triple duty.
Yeah, we'll definitely be seeing her in the quarterfinals of the women's longboard. She surfed in the first heat of the day and was able to advance. She looked really comfortable on that longboard.
Looks like Aqua's having a look here. She's paddling a little bit deeper out the back. Taking a turn here.
Nice looking set approaching here.
Wow. Looks like Aqua's been putting some practice time in. Aqua of the Breweiler legacy, which, we've got a paddle battle here. Matea just, I think, gave Aqua a push into that one. Aqua up on her backhand. Awesome set wave there by Aqua. Breweiler, quick little redirect, kicks out of that one. I'm not sure if you guys caught that on the webcast, but that was awesome. That was pretty sick.
Good show of sportsmanship there.
Matea paddled and pushed Aqua into that one. That was a decent sized set wave. So these girls are awesome.
Yeah, she rode that very well as well.
Surfer in green again. I think that's Madison. 2 minutes remaining. Man, the action is crazy.
Yeah, definitely a flurry of waves came through there, and everyone was able to get a ride there. So it's definitely staying busy. You got 15 minutes. That's tons of time to get plenty of waves on the board here. And I mean, then the judges are definitely liking that one wave by Matea, 987. A little bit tough to beat, but I mean, you get that one wave, it's anyone's game.
Yeah. We've seen Kelly Slater do it.
Yeah, in the dying seconds. I remember that. What was that contest? I believe it was in New York. Was that the massive Air 360 that it was in the dying seconds, and he
probably
landed
I think
flat?
There's probably a dozen times he's done it in his career.
And that John and
there's one
Kelly final at Chopu last year was
unreal,
mental.
Yeah. I believe it was a few years back. 1 minute remaining, where he was comboed at pipe and then got 2 waves inside of 2 minutes.
Yeah,
a few years ago now, but
anything can happen. That's why surfing's so exciting to watch, is because the conditions are never the same, and nobody really controls the ocean. It's how you control yourself in those conditions. So that's why it's really fun, a really awesome sport to watch live.
So about 40 seconds remaining for the girls in the water. 30 seconds remaining. See if you can find one last wave here for Princess of the Peak Heat 2. This is the quarterfinals. You see, looks like Aqua's stroking out back to try and find one more wave.
Might have one.
10 seconds remaining. Make your move now. Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow, another entertaining heat. Great to see Matea back in the water again. We'll stay with her on the webcast here. It looks like she's going to try and find a victory lap.
Yeah, so that horn there marks the end of Heat 2 of the Princess of the Peak. We're going to roll into Heat 3 in just a second here.
Oh, look at that.
So in Heat 3, we'll be seeing the likes of Trinity McKinnon in red, and white will have Serena Porter. In green, we'll have Olivia Welch, and
look
in
at
blue,
that.
we'll have
Matea replay on the webcast here.
Costigan, yeah.
Quick fin drift to foam climb.
I want to see that 9.87.
I think that was it there. Big bottom turn to fin drift, and then right up into another foam climb to finish that one off. That's so rad. We can see that on a replay. And watch this. Here we go. One of Aqua's best waves here. Mattea gives her a little shove.
Sportsmanship right there. Helping her into that.
Aqua does a bit more work to get in and then up to her feet.
Wow.
On her backside. Nice redirect there to ride out of that one. Completes her ride.
That was probably one of her better waves there for sure.
Yeah, nice strong stance. Really good surfing from Aqua Breweiler there. Okay, counting them in Heat 3 here. Ladies and Princess of the Peak, Heat 3. Counting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So that horn there marks the start of Heat 3 of the Princess of the Peak. In the water right now, wearing red, we have Trinity McKinnon. In white, we have Serena Porter. In green, we have Olivia Welch. And in blue, we have Liv Costigan. So stand by. We're going to take a quick commercial break for the webcast, and we'll get back to live action in just a little bit here.
This isn't a stop off on the way to somewhere. This is the end of the road. You have to want to come here. I guess you have to realize you're part of something bigger. It's a real thing that's going on. It's just big nature.
Yeah, I mean, I think the kind of people who are drawn to Tofino are people who enjoy being outside. Because that's what you do here. You get up and you go on an adventure. I definitely am grateful that we get to live here. That kind of passion just transfers to your kids.
For me, it's the relationship with the ocean, and to know it is to just get out there and experience what it is. It's an energy. If there's any peaceful moment I might need, I usually go to the water to find it. Things become a little bit more clear. You feel a bit more connected to the world around you. That's really what brings people out here.
So welcome back to Princess of the Peak, heat number 3 in the water. We're going to see if maybe Aqua Breweiler, if she wants to, can come up to the judges booth, and maybe we'll give you a quick interview and get you to call in a wave or two up here. So Aqua, if you're interested, we'd love to hear your thoughts on your surfing in that last heat there. In the meantime, in the water, Brennan, maybe walk us through that one.
Yeah, so right now in the water, this is Heat 3 of the Princess of the Peak here. Wearing red, we have Trinity McKinnon. In white, we have Serena Porter. In green, we have Olivia Welch. And in blue, we have Liv Costigan.
So just to announce results from the last heat there. In 4th place, surfer in blue, that was Zoe Blake. In 3rd place, surfer in green, Madison, surfer in green, 3rd place. Surfer in white, advancing in 2nd place, Aqua Breweiler, and winning that heat, surfer in red, Mattea Olin.
Yeah, put your hands together for those girls. That was a pretty awesome heat.
So back to the action in the water. Looks like we have a paddler here. That surfer in red, Trinity McKinnon, standing tall. Nice wave for Trinity there.
Yes, we have surfer in green up on the inside too, and a nice.
Yeah. Surfer in green, that's Olivia Welch. And then out the back, surfer in white, that's Serena Porter. Jasmine's sister.
Nice
wow, that is a
wave
nice
here.
left. Trimming down the line, just gets clipped by that end section, but wow. Great exchange by all 3 surfers there.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be probably a good score that's going to help her out today. But yeah, looking busy out there, and these waves are actually really, really contestable for these girls. It's awesome to see. Keep in mind they are anywhere from 8 to 13, so it's definitely fun to watch these girls, and these waves are actually probably about waist to chest high for some of them. So
I think Chrissy has a couple announcements here. Hi, Chrissy.
Good morning, everybody. Just a note to all the princesses out there. Anyone registered in the Princess of the Peak, please, again, stop by the Marshall tent. There's an additional present for you. It's a water bottle or a mug courtesy of Caravan Beach Shop.
So I'm not sure. Is Aqua coming up here? Does she want to be in her? Maybe Chrissy, you want to interview Aqua?
Sure.
Where is she?
the new Rosie Hodge, Canadian Rosie Hodge, Christy Montgomery.
Hi, Aqua.
Nice work out there,
Nice
Aqua.
work out there.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had lots of fun.
Cool. What do you think about today? Are you excited to advance to the next round?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Talk to us a little bit about your strategy out there. What was going on?
I just tried to catch some good waves and have fun.
And I think you did both those things excellent. Do you have anything to say to the other competitors out there? Any words of wisdom? Any cheers? Any encouragement?
They good job. They did good.
They did. Yeah, everyone's doing awesome out there. Anything else, boys?
No, really good job, Aqua. We're stoked to see you out here again. Is Princess of the Peak, do you enjoy competing in this contest?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
One of your favorite contests of the year?
One of them.
One of them?
I like all of them.
Yeah, they're all good, aren't they? Awesome. Well, we're stoked to have you here. Congratulations. And we look forward to seeing you surf again. Go grab your other prizes from the tent. Stoked to have all these ladies come say hi. I think we missed a nice wave of Surfer in white out there. That's Surfer in red up and riding. I think that's Trinity McKinnon on her backhand.
Yeah, that's Surfer in white. That was Serena Porter trimming down that line with tons of speed. Yeah, it was a nice looking wave by Serena.
It's pretty neat to note too that only a few years ago, this category didn't exist in our contest as well as the other local contests. But this group of Groms that has sprung up here is just amazing. It's so inspirational. We better start watching ourselves here, guys. They're taking over the lineup.
Okay, Surfer in red. That's Trinity up on her forehand this time. Nice looking right-hander here. Just down the line on that one. Nice wave, Trinity. Man, it's crazy how much better all these girls have gotten.
Yeah, definitely compared to last year, the progression in their skill level is risen dramatically. Yeah, I had to stutter on that word there. It was a little bit heavy for the before lunchtime, but yeah, it's pretty awesome to see. Just
Surfer in green, quick little ride on the inside there. That's Olivia Welch.
Yeah, from the ages of 9 to 13, and
so
the
how old?
skill
I guess
level
that's
is awesome.
I guess 9 would be what? Is that grade 3? Surfer in white up and riding again. Another one of the Porter girls.
Yeah, I think that would 9 years old. Yeah, you must be in grade 3 or 4.
Surfer in blue up and riding. Does the Huntington hop. That wave just kind of dies out on her, but nice work, Liv, on that one. Liv Costigan.
A lot of these girls too not only dominate the waves out here, but you should see them in the skate park.
Yeah, that's true.
They're animals in the brewery park and as well as on the concrete. They're phenomenal athletes.
There's a lot of them down there these days, hanging out at the skate park after school.
Yeah, a new generation of
tougher than me. That's for
shredders out
sure.
here.
Oh, looks like we've got a paddler here, red, looking at this one. I think she's gonna. Oh no, that one. Smart move there by Surfer in red.
You can definitely say that the future of surfing and even skateboarding out here on the coast is